This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. About it. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. About it. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Hold on, let me get my life together. Okay, let there be light. All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Am I like so off center? Oh, I think I just figured out what's going on. Every time I touch this freaking camera, I'm moving it, and now I got myself all off center. Okay. Welcome back. We're back. It is Thursday, May 29th. Oh, I gotta fix it. Hold on. It's like every time I make a video, I feel I'm having to like crouch into this corner of this desk, and I'm like, why? It's not like I'm moving. Those reflexes. It's not like I'm moving. The freaking camera's moving. Okay, we're back. Diddy's on trial. Diddy's on trial, okay? The last 2 or 3 days, I've been feeling a little under the weather. If I seem a little bit like, a clone, don't start those rumors, okay? I'm not a clone. I just have the C19. I heard they got a new one, so I'm going to start calling it C25, okay? I heard there was a new one. Can we stop with the Greek letters of the Greek alphabet and just start calling it by the year it came out, like from the beginning? That was better. So I think I got the C25, but I refuse to take a test. But I think I got it. Anyway, don't worry. I'm not going to sneeze on y'all. I'm in my house. Don't come over here. If you come over here, I will. I'll be sneezing on you bad. Anyway, okay. So welcome back. Let me get the court updates up. We just are returning from the lunch break. Great. Now I'm wondering if you're a clone. Nope, not a clone. And that's one of the reasons why I play those videos before with my raw vocals without only the little light of mine does have a reverb, but there's no auto-tune on those. The RICO song obviously has auto-tune and other stuff. It's like that one's very produced. But like the other songs that I have, it's like raw vocals, and I put raw vocals in it. That's why I do it. So y'all know I'm not AI. That's literally one of the reasons. It's like I feel like we're needing to go back to like where people have like cracks in their voice and leave the breaths in, and kind of like I want to move in that direction. Okay, a little bit. Thanks so much, JRM, for the $4.99 super chats. Yeah, no, I feel better in the middle of the day. The mornings and the nights are pretty bad. But yeah, I mean, if you want to know what I'm doing, it's not ivermectin. This video is going to get deleted immediately. Okay, I'm serious. I'm really not taking that. Where are we at here? What did I have for lunch? I had some soup. It was the same. It was the same one as yesterday, but it wasn't as good today. Okay, I like it when it's like the soup is like still like soupy. I don't like it when it's like more of a paste. Okay, let me X out of that. All right. Where are we at? Inner City Press. Mia is on the stand. They're back 1 minute ago. Wow, look at that timing. Just adjusting some equipment. All right, they're back. I just saw it on a tweet. They're back. We have subpoenaed from Verizon phone records. Who's subpoenaed? Oh my God, that looks so good. I cannot believe he posted this picture and did not even invite us. Oh my God. He didn't even invite us to this. Look at that cheese onto my mouth is watering. Look at that cheese. Look at the butter on, those cornbreads are already so full of butter, and it's got more butter. I don't think he really just ate that. It looks good. Okay. Anyway, I couldn't eat that right now. It would make me so sick. All right. So the assistant U.S. attorney is saying she's going to need a nap. That's like a dinner. That's like Thanksgiving. Okay. I want to make a statement before I say anything further. Okay. I want to make a very, very important statement. Everybody, listen up. I got something important to say first before we even get off the tarmac here. All right. I'm making this live into right now. I'm making it into subscribers only, not members. You don't have to pay, but you do have to click the subscribe, and I'm going to tell you why. Because there is a sinister astroturf going on right now, and I am not going to allow myself to be a part of it. I'm not allowing my channel to be a part of it. So hold on. I can only do one thing at one time, y'all. Y'all know that. All right. We're doing a 20-minute subscribers. I don't know if someone already had posted it, had already made that. Thanks so much. Okay. Did it work? Tell me if it worked. Okay. There's a sinister astroturf going on right now. I have an announcement to make. Everybody, bring it in, especially the cousins. Listen, cousins. The government, the feds, the judge, the federal judge in this particular case has seen it fit to keep the identity of Mia private. Now, we can disagree with the judge over whether that ought to have happened. Unfortunately, we do not have all of the information that the judge had when making the decision. So we just have to hopefully put our faith in the judge that the right thing happened. There are ways to sort things out, and there are ways that we do not do things in a civilized society. I understand and I realize that we have people in chat from all over the world. It's been a theme that I've been focusing on, and I think it's so cool. Hello, hi, in every language and all that. This is very serious. I'm not joking. For many reasons, but primarily and including legal ones, I strongly encourage and actually demand nobody in this chat. I understand we're going to have people coming and going. There's only 27 in here right now, 2,700. There's probably going to be people coming and going, but I would appreciate your assistance, everybody, in not having this channel that you're on right now, which is mine, and I have a responsibility for, become a place where we're who is Mia and naming Mia. I understand it is public information. I would prefer, again, for legal reasons, we don't do that here in this chat. It's not really a request. It's not a suggestion. I understand why people disagree with this. I disagree with judges every single day. It's like part of my job, okay? Criticizing judges. And I can even criticize his decision here. What I'm not going to do is allow some people's disagreement with the process to allow them to do something which I could get in trouble for legally. Hello? Play with your mama at her house, not with me in mine. Okay? Power to survivors. Okay. In case there was any confusion at all whatsoever, I am dead serious to the fullest extent of how serious you can be. And I'm about to alter switch back into not this serious, okay? But I do need to let y'all know this ain't a game. This ain't an opinion. It's a demand. I'm not going to turn off the comments, Tiffany. To the mods in the chat, thank you so much. I keep forgetting to do that. I'm writing a note on my hand. I was going to do an X, but I want to do a heart instead for the mod links. Okay. I'm going to have their links in the description, and I'm also going to remind y'all in the community post when they go up. All right. If people, one more thing and then I'm done. If people come in here and they're doing the where's Mia, I trust the mods will take care of it. I don't think you have to just immediately ban and block everybody. I do think it's a normal question that people are now asking because as AstroTurf campaigns work, I have a video on this. If you're wondering how they work, it's called You're Probably Arguing with a Bot or something on BJ Investigates. It's now turned into people being genuinely, I'm curious. Yes, y'all, I'm curious and I'm nosy. I want to know. I'm not going to be able to keep this on this hand. I don't want it there. Oh, it's going to distract me. Okay, well, I'll keep it on there and I'll remember. Okay. So when people come in here and they're, where's Mia, who's Mia? If y'all could kindly somebody just, a little bit, do your little part and just let them know what I already said. We're not talking about Mia here. You don't have to be mean. Please don't start a fight. Approach in good faith that people are just now just curious. It's okay. I don't think people got to get banned over it unless it's like people coming in here. I trust the mods' discernment. I trust the mods' discernment. Mia's identity will, I even said it. It'll probably be public. Said at the end of my last one. AW said, I truly believe Diddy deliberately made sure Mia's identity was made public. And that's whether it should, whether it shouldn't, that's all okay. I actually am saying in my intellectual mind, I do see the arguments of the both sides, but in my actual YouTube channel, I'm not going to be able to allow this type of exposing someone's identity when a federal court has said don't. He made it very freaking clear. They're not even letting the sketch artists draw the person. And y'all are trying to, who's Mia in my freaking chat? No, not on my lawn. Understand if you didn't already immediately understand, think of it that way and stuff. That's why I'm making this announcement and I don't want to talk about it no more. Thank you. All right, let's go to Inner City Press. Okay, they're back in here. All rise. Let me get my hammer. Maybe that'll help me switch my altar. That's a joke when I say that, y'all. That's a joke. I explained it in a previous live. All rise. Okay. Court is back in session. Assistant U.S. Attorney Madison Smizer is continuing her direct examination of Mia. Mia, who is Mia? We're not going to talk about it. Okay, we're not talking about it. Okay, so the assistant U.S. attorney says to her, Mia, you were speaking about violence between Diddy and Cassie. Have you ever traveled to Turks and Caicos? Another one of Brittany Spears says it's a favorite vacation spot. She said, yes, I've traveled with Diddy and Cassie. This is the former assistant, Mia. We're continuing her direct examination from this morning. Make sure to click the like because this is a new video. So if you click the like this morning, you got to click it again, please. Okay. Have you ever traveled to Turks and Caicos with Cassie and Diddy? Yes. To Parrot Key twice. Both times in 2012, or maybe just one time, but at least one of the times in 2012, me, Diddy, and Cassie. The assistant U.S. attorney said, okay, what happened at Parrot Key in Turks and Caicos in 2012 twice with Diddy and Cassie? Possibly up to twice. Mia said, I was sleeping in my bedroom and I was woken up. Cassie ran in saying, okay, so Mia's like, I'm asleep in my bedroom. Cassie runs in screaming, hollering, you got to help me. He's going to unalive me. The assistant U.S. attorney said, girl, what did you do? She said, well, we started pushing furniture in front of the door to try to block it. Diddy was banging and screaming. She said, but it had a porch, like a back porch or whatever, that went out the other way to the beach. So we ran out to the beach. What do you remember about running? Okay, this is interesting because you know what comes to my mind is Dr. Dawn Hughes's testimony. Remember that's still up at issue right now, like the judge having to decide whether or not he actually decided to keep it in. The Dawn Hughes testimony, the doctor, she came in and she said, like, sometimes victims, alleged victims, but she was saying victims, like actual victims from a psychological standpoint. She's a forensic psychologist. She said victims, real victims, will sometimes not remember things you might expect them to remember. Like if repeatedly they were abused repeatedly over and over and over, they might not remember exact dates, stuff like that. But she said they'll remember very specific things about the moment that the abuse happens. Like, for example, the paint chipping off the corner of the wall or off of a piece of furniture, something about paint chipping or paint cracking or whatever. This reminds me of that. She's like, I remember being amazed that even while we were running fast, we could still be being attacked by bugs. Did you run another time? She said, yeah, I have another visual, Mia said, of where we were hiding, trying to escape, like 2 separate times. So she has like a blurry memory. And this definitely is how I remember some stuff. It's like, oh, I have a vague outline of a memory where I'm like hiding, but not stuff like this, not stuff like this. But it seems like, yeah, that kind of tracks. I have a visual where we were hiding, trying to escape like 2 separate times. Now, is that a memory? No. And she doesn't say it is. She says it's like a visual. So take that. That's the truth. So take it, I think. I don't know. But the jury should take that as the best. Either, okay, that's a memory. I'm going to count that. Or it's just a visual. She's not really specific. We have 2 updates from CNN. We'll just read the most recent one. It's from 6 minutes ago. Diddy's former assistant is back on the stand as court resumes. The jury has re-entered the room. The judge told jurors he will likely keep them past 3 today. So this is going to be another 4 p.m.er. He did tell Xavier Donaldson that, it seems. Let's go to Washington Post. Ooh, 4 new updates. Eesh. Ooh. Okay. We'll start with this one 41 minutes ago. Lawyers spar over when witnesses will get to go home. This is Ann Brannigan from Washington Post. There was a testy exchange in court just before the lunch break while the jury was out of the room. Diddy's lead counsel, Mark Agnifilo, raised a concern about the prosecution's pattern of telling the judge about its witnesses' flights home. He accused the government of trying to get the court on its side and effectively set deadlines for when a witness testimony should end, which can pressure the defense to speed up its cross-examination. So Mark Agnifilo's like, Your Honor, the government, the feds are taking advantage of the fact that they're the ones that get to book the flights for the witnesses, because it's basically like putting them in charge of like how long our testimony can be. We don't want to feel rushed because somebody has a flight. The judge sternly countered Mark Agnifilo and said, that is a common courtesy. We don't want to keep people here indefinitely. If we have to fly a witness in from across the country or, whatever, even across the state, you should know that they're not going to want to be just hanging out in New York City all through the day and the night. And then now it's over the weekend. You should be able to get your stuff done. Plus, Brian Steele already quoted a time for how long his cross-examination of this witness was going to take, and he said like an hour and a half. So that's not a need for a whole day. The judge said, quote, we have not cut short the testimony of any witnesses. Actually, so don't try to put that on the record for your appeal, buddy. The judge noted that Deontay Nash was kept a whole additional day to accommodate the defense's lengthy cross-examination of the celebrity stylist. His cross-examination was around twice as long as the direct questioning, and his flight was booked, and nobody made him get on that flight. Actually, they booked him a new one. He stayed a whole extra day in New York. So whose was cut short? Where? How? Who? Where? Because y'all took twice as long as you really were allowed to take. We let y'all do that. We let y'all keep him here an extra day. We let y'all waste a ticket. Where was it cut short? The judge said, quote, "To be absolutely clear, you are not constrained in terms of questioning, Mark Agnifilo. You are not constrained. Take the time you need, buddy." Okay. 9 minutes ago, analysis. The two witnesses corroborate Cassie's depiction of Diddy. Two close friends of Cassie corroborated key details of Cassie's testimony Thursday morning, portraying Sean Combs as a violent and controlling man who held her career in his hands. Deontay Nash, a stylist employed by Diddy's company, Bad Boy, who considers himself a friend of Cassie, testified about a birthday party during which he saw Diddy and Cassie arguing. Later, Cassie told Nash that Diddy was making her go to a hotel. According to Cassie's own testimony of that event, Diddy pushed her to do a freak off that night, despite her saying she didn't want to. Deontay Nash previously testified that Diddy got violent with him at times and described an incident where Diddy allegedly threw him against a car and choked him. The reason, Deontay said, was that Diddy was upset about Deontay and Cassie going out to clubs together. Mia, an employee of Diddy testifying under a pseudonym as Mia, echoed Cassie's previous testimony when she recalled a night in 2010. So they're both testifying about this 2010 event, when Diddy got upset with Cassie and Mia for going to a party hosted by Prince. So it is corroborating what she said. Quote, "We had to be wherever Puff told us." Oh, she is. Mia is. This is Mia's testimony. After the Prince party, Mia said she was suspended without pay for being insubordinate. Wow. 3 minutes ago, we got another update from CNN. Ex-assistant testifies Cassie ran screaming for help from Diddy during a Turks and Caicos trip. One of Diddy's former assistants, this is Mia, she's on the stand right now, 3 minutes ago, CNN.com, she testified that she went on a trip to Turks and Caicos with Diddy and Cassie in 2012. She witnessed violence from Diddy toward Cassie more than once. This is a quote. Quote, "I was woken up to Cassie running and screaming into the room. She was screaming for help and saying, 'You gotta help me. He's gonna unalive me.'" Quote, "Cassie is normally very chill, calm, and it was like the most terrifying, someone screaming for their life." And that is true if what they have been reporting from inside this court is true. She's like, even in this situation where I think most of us would imagine is a nightmare to be in a situation, 8.5 months pregnant on the witness stand, trial of the century, you're the star witness. I mean, all of that. Your husband's in there, your new husband, your now husband, and then they're talking to the abusers there alleged. And oh man. And she was just kind of like, yeah, it wasn't ideal. Okay. Normally very chill, calm, and it was the most terrified, someone screaming for their life. She and Cassie pushed furniture toward the door, but Diddy caught up to Cassie, banging and screaming on the door. She said they ran out the back of the room, through the patio, and onto the beach to hide. She saw Cassie with bruises and black eyes and other injuries. "I would see bruises on her body, busted lips, eyebrow, gash on her forehead, black eyes, things like that." The jury then saw a photo that Mia took of Cassie at the premiere of The Perfect Match. Mia testified that Cassie had bruising on her arm and under her eye. So this is uncovered by makeup. So this is the premiere of The Perfect Match We've seen these pictures before. A lot of people use them for thumbnails. I definitely do. Former assistant says, this is 2 minutes ago, CNN. Former assistant says Diddy was irate during a beach trip with Cassie. Mia testified about another occasion where she and Cassie ran away from Diddy while they were in Turks and Caicos. She said she didn't remember what led up to the incident, but she remembers visuals of them hiding and trying to escape. Okay, she doesn't remember much. She has like visual flashes in her mind, them hiding and trying to escape. Mia testified that she and Cassie took paddle boards they found on the beach and paddled out to sea. It also kind of sounds like a Mary-Kate and Ashley movie or something where it's like you're running from the parents and you get on paddle boards and you go out to sea. But like this is not a cute movie, and it's actually not cute, and it's not actually a movie. It is real and it is scary. They had to get on paddle boards to paddle out to sea while Diddy ran back and forth on the beach behind the house screaming at them. Mia said they got far out on the water, but then the weather took a turn. Wow. She said they were then trying to decide if it was scarier to face Mother Nature or to go back to Puff. Wow. Eventually, they went back to shore. She testified. Okay, we had some more updates from Washington Post. This is Anne Brannigan. The court is back after the lunch recess. This is 12 minutes ago, with the judge alerting the jury that they may be held longer than usual, later than 3, but before 4, he assured them. He reiterated that the changes were because he wants the trial to be over before the 4th of July holiday. Okay. We're back on Inner City Press. Come on, girl. It's like everything an hour ago. Okay. You were speaking about violence. I was sleeping in the bedroom. What about running? Okay. We got onto our, this is Inner City Press. Mia said, we got onto our paddle boards and went out on the water. Puff was on the beach screaming at us. It was flat and we went out far. Puff got smaller and smaller on the beach. The sky got dark and, objection, Your Honor. Overruled. Be quiet, Brian. Sit down. Mia said, we eventually went back. Question, did you ever call the police? No. Why not? Mia said, I believe Puff's authority was above the police. That is a freaking quote. That is putting it very, very succinctly. That means efficient. I believed Puff's authority was above the police. Victim-4 testifying against Diddy. T. I believed his authority was above the police. This was before social media and Me Too. There were no examples of people ever standing up. I thought it was under the confidentiality agreement deal with Diddy's business. Next question. What's this? Mia said, that is a photo of Cassie eating a hot dog at the premiere of her movie, The Perfect Match. She has bruises under her makeup. I took this photo. Any other injuries ever covered up on a red carpet, to your knowledge, Mia? Mia said, yep. At the Cannes. I don't know how to, I say Cannes. I don't know if that's how you say that. At the Cannes Film Festival. Okay, what injuries did you see covered up on that red carpet? A busted lip. She was injured. Where were you? Mia said, I was in her hotel room with Larry Sims, her hairstylist. Okay, question. Did you ever learn how she got those injuries? Yeah, Mia says. Cassie had an audio recording of Diddy attacking her. Question. How did Cassie sound on the audio recording? Objection, Your Honor, objection. Brian, please sit down. My God. No. Shh. How did Cassie sound on the audio recording? Panicked, Mia says. She said, I heard the sound of someone getting hit. Did you ever go to any events? She said, yep. The premiere of Brad Pitt's movie, Killing Them Softly. What happened at the premiere? Mia said Puff was digging his nails into Cassie's arm and talking low. Okay, so this is at the premiere of Brad Pitt's movie, Killing Them Softly. What happened at the premiere? What would Diddy ask you to do? To take care of her? So then I would bring her arnica gel. For what? Bruises. Okay, let's now turn to December 22nd, 2011. When is December 22nd, 2011? To the class? To the class? Anybody remember? That is, to my memory, the date of the freak off. Diddy finds out Cassie's dating Kid Cudi. He goes into the car, pants are ripped, picks up Capricorn Clark. She has to force to go with him. D-Rock is there. They go to Kid Cudi's house. The police are coming up the hill. The police are coming down the hill. The whole thing, all of that. I think that's that day. And then the car boom boom is the next month, January 2012. Okay, so the assistant U.S. attorney says, all right, let's turn to that time. Let's turn to December 22nd, 3 days before Christmas Eve, 2011. Mia said, at Diddy's house, the mood was darker than usual. Oh my gosh, y'all, we're getting the other scene, the other side of the scene. Ooh, Lord. At Diddy's house, how were things? And remember, like, aren't his kids living with him? Or no, they're not. They're living with Kim. Okay, so we're in December 22nd, 2011. Mia says, at Puff's house, the mood was darker than normal. This was more of a, like, he was upset. Question, what did he tell him? I don't know who he is. But Mia says he had found out that Cassie had been talking to someone else. Who was she talking to, Mia? Mia said Kid Cudi. Sorry, I'm just trying to find my... All right, we got 2 new tweets. How was he? Meaning like Diddy. Mia said he seemed heartbroken. It was ominous. I'd never witnessed Cassie do something to really cause him to be upset. I felt something bad was going to happen. All right, y'all. So let's just take an inventory of that, right? So the prosecutor said, all right, all that other stuff, bruises, whatever, covering up on the red carpet, switching gears. Let's go now to December 22nd, 2011, where you're at P. Diddy's house. Yes. How was the mood there? It was darker than normal. This was more of a, like, Puff was upset. What happened? Well, he was upset that Cassie had been talking to somebody else. Well, who was he talking to? Who was she talking to? She was talking to Kid Cudi. Diddy was upset. And Mia said, I had never seen Cassie do something to make him like that type of upset. I felt something bad was going to happen. The assistant U.S. attorney said, did you then see her? Did you see Cassie? Mia said, yes, in a black car with Capricorn Clark. Okay, well, did you reach out to anyone? Yes, I did. I reached out to D-Rock. That's the security guard, remember? He's also the one who's alleged by Capricorn Clark to have been driving that night. He drove. Not that night, that morning. He drove the Escalade. Capricorn and Diddy were in the back. All right. The assistant U.S. attorney says, I'm going to turn your attention to Exhibit 3T112. What is this? She says, that's my emails with D-Rock. Okay. And so they submit one into evidence, a redacted version. Brian Steele makes an objection, but it still gets admitted. The assistant U.S. attorney said he was security. Okay. So it gets admitted. Why? Because on the foundation that D-Rock was security is part of the enterprise because they're employed. So it comes in, says the judge. Okay. So this email is going to be admitted, but it's just still redacted. They redacted parts of the email. We have 4 new updates from CNN. Let's get to those. Oh, good. We're getting some more details about this Diddy was more powerful than the police thing. Seven minutes ago, CNN.com. Ex-employee says she thought Diddy was too powerful to face consequences from police. She witnessed many more violent incidents between Diddy and Cassie than just the ones that she testified to today. But she never reported this abuse to the police for multiple reasons. I believed that Puff's authority was above the police. She said, this was a period where years and years before social media or Me Too or any sort of example where someone has stood up successfully to someone in power such as him. She said she also constantly stressed, she said Diddy also constantly stressed confidentiality. She was taught to believe that the violence she witnessed fell under the requirement of loyalty she had to Diddy's business. I wonder which other TriStar clients think that. I'm just curious. This is a quote from Mia. I was supposed to protect him from people. So many people were trying to blackmail him, she said. That quote, I came to believe that reporting anything at all was blackmail. Wow. Wait, I think there's actually more. Yeah, there was more updates. Another one, CNN.com, 7 minutes ago, Mia testified Cassie stayed in hotels to hide her injuries. That corroborates another one of Cassie's points. Cassie would stay in hotels when her injuries were too obvious to cover up. Before she had her own place in LA, Mia testified. When Mia visited Cassie at a hotel while she was recovering, they weren't allowed to leave the room. Cassie would eventually leave after her injuries had healed enough to cover them up. 7 minutes ago, Diddy seemed heartbroken when he learned Cassie was dating Kid Cudi. She testified that Diddy seemed heartbroken when he found out about the Kid Cudi Cassie thing. Quote, instead of just mad, he was actually upset. Quote, normally he was just angry and aggressive, but this time felt almost like this dark calm before the storm, she said, adding that she was bracing herself for something really bad to happen. 6 minutes ago, Mia testified that she saw Diddy digging his nails into Cassie's arm at a movie premiere. One of Diddy's former assistants, Okay, Mia recalled that she saw Cassie's busted lip and other injuries in a hotel room with the hairstylist there as well. I wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't come and testify. Cassie played a recording for Mia. So Mia recalled seeing a busted lip and other injuries. She also heard a recording that Cassie had taken of the incident. She testified that she could hear Diddy yelling at Cassie as he attacked her. Are they about to admit this recording into evidence? Is that what was attached to that email? I'm scared. Mia said she could hear the sound of someone getting hit and being attacked, essentially. During a movie premiere, Mia testified she saw Diddy aggressively talking to Cassie through gritted teeth, digging his nails, his crusty, yellowed, bendy nails into her arm. Ew. Okay, we have 2 new updates from NBC News. Scary decision facing Mother Nature or Sean P. Diddy Puff Daddy Combs. The witness recalled a scary confrontation in 2012 when she and Cassie were barricaded into a beachside room, hiding from an enraged Diddy during a vacation in the Turks and Caicos Islands. They pushed furniture to block the front door as Diddy was allegedly banging and screaming to be let inside. I was looking at Cassie and she was screaming for help. And she says, "You have to help me. Diddy's going to unalive me." She's usually chill and calm, but she was terrified. The pair dashed out a back door to the beach and out to a paddleboard, allowing them to flee into the water. The weather shifted dramatically and the sky turned black. Mia remembered. Oh my God, y'all. He did a spell, a weather spell. The weather shifted dramatically and the sky turned black. We were both debating. I was trying to weigh if it was scarier to face Mother Nature or to go back to Puff. We eventually went back to Puff. 2 minutes ago, witness struggling to remain calm and breathe. Y'all send love and light to her and prayers if you could. Poor girl. Witness is struggling to remain calm and breathe. At times, Mia appears to struggle to keep her emotions in check and breathe while describing Diddy's tumultuous relationship with Cassie. She almost appeared to be hyperventilating, and she had to catch her breath in describing how heartbroken Diddy was in December of 2011 when he learned about Cassie and Kid Cudi. Okay, so where we left off with Inner City Press, he was, the prosecutor was introducing as evidence an email. Now, Brian Steele had objected to this. Diddy's attorney had objected to this, but the judge said he was going to let it in on the foundation that D-Rock is security. This is like company email because he's the company security. So the next tweet that we get here is the assistant U.S. attorney saying, "Read the messages." Mia said, "Okay, I wrote to D-Rock. I'm worried about P. This feels different. Hit this email when you get it." That means respond to me, I think. And she said, "Love you." Question, were you romantically involved with D-Rock? Mia says, "Oh, no, definitely not. No, that's just how we talk to each other." Okay, so this is giving a little bit more of that, like, it's the enterprise and everybody works for Diddy. This is a family, like stuff like that. Okay, let's move subjects for a moment. Let's talk about the hotel nights. What was your role of the hotel nights? Mia said, "Okay, yeah, sometimes I would take them there, unpack, set up. I would have to just like be on call essentially and clean up before the housekeepers." Okay, so what would you bring? His lotions and potions. Oh my God, they're just saying the quiet part out loud now, y'all. Diddy brought lotions and potions. Shh, I get scalp chills from time to time. Lotions and potions to the freak offs. This is the new, I hope Inner City Press titles that last testimony, "Girl," with Deontay. Okay. I would bring his lotions and potions. And 7707 in the chat. There it is. Heaven number. Astroglide candles, some of them cheap Glade candles without the label on. They had to be white. The candles had to be white. Why? Because I come in peace, but also, I mean, I'm from Louisiana. Okay. I have very close proximity to the hoodoo and the voodoo and the Santeria and I know why it had to be white. Okay. Whew. Where's my mala? Some of them cheap, but they had to be white. Anything he forgot at the house, I also had to bring, she said. Food, money. How much? She said a lot, like thousands of dollars. I'm saying. And then they say he turns with the black. Oh, stop. Stop it, Shay. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. No. No. I rebuke. No. I rebuke. No. Return to sender. Girl, white is for purity too, girl. Don't take my word for it. Okay, anyway. Let's see what else they doing. Oh Lord, I don't know. That got me worked up. I don't play around with that stuff. Y'all don't have to think it's real. All right. Ooh, all right. Ooh, and then he got that lady on his back, y'all. He got that lady, that goddess on his back. Oh, he really messed in the nest. Yes. That was crazy. He was crazy for that. Woo. Woo. Okay. Do you remember seeing Cassie at any of the hotel things? She said, actually, yeah, at the London Hotel in New York. I brought something into the room. Cassie opened the door and she was wearing a bright blue wig. How did Cassie appear? Mia said she looked like she was struggling. I asked her, are you good? She closed the door. Okay, and who told you to clean the rooms? She said, DIDDY. That was standard. To sweep the room so no housekeeper can sell something to TMZ. Okay, TMZ has entered the freaking chat. And this is what they always would threaten Bam Margera with, the TMZ articles. Like, someone's going to sell something to TMZ. Something's going to go to TMZ. And it's like the big bad freaking wolf. That's how I ended up realizing like this is the lead propagandist in Hollywood because every freaking celebrity is scared it's getting sold to specifically TMZ. Okay. I'm just telling you. Y'all can agree or disagree. But it's always TMZ they worrying about. Okay, so question. When you had to go clean the rooms, hotel rooms, how were they? How were the rooms? Mia said they were destroyed. Candle wax everywhere. I've seen broken glass, sometimes blood, oil on the walls. It makes me want to nasty. What would Diddy tell you about the blood? Oh my God. Okay, y'all, this is nasty, but it is a public trial. This is the trial of the century. It's of extreme interest of public concern. The tweet was tweeted a minute ago and it's already got 1.8 thousand views. So he would say that it was the time of the month type of it. Yuck. Okay, so what happened in Cassie's car? Okay, this combined with the white candles, y'all. No. Whew. What happened in Cassie's car in LA? Cassie got a call and then told me he wants to do a hotel night. I don't want to. Cassie got sick. Wow. Okay, so question. What about after the hotel night? Mia said, man down. What are you talking about? What's man down? Kim Porter just flashed into my psychic vision, third eye. Question, what is man down? What did that mean? It mean they would stay in the room sleeping and they would only get up to eat. Did you ever do any rugs before you worked for Diddy? No, never. Well, what about after? Yes, after I did, Mia says. She says Puff gave it to me. He said that I was now a part of the Breakfast Club. Charlemagne, Breakfast Club, Revolt Media. Y'all see that web? Do y'all see the web? What is this? Have they said anything here? Okay. Okay, listen to this. I'm glad this happened. Okay, 21 minutes ago. We're hearing a few things from the Independent from inside the courtroom about the identity of Mia. If you're watching this live, if you're watching this not live, you saw me give the whole spiel at the beginning about her identity. I really meant it. I still do. A woman going by the pseudonym Mia is testifying today. She keeps looking down as she speaks, oscillating her head back and forth. She stutters a bit, especially when talking about tough memories. The judge, listen to this, y'all. Listen to this. And this is why I had to make that speech. Another reason why. Another reason, another corroborating, whatever you want to call it. The judge has warned people observing the trial not to describe Mia's physical traits. Courtroom sketches are also banned while she is testifying. Mia testified that Diddy threw her against the wall into a pool, threw an ice bucket over her head, hit her arm against the door. She then paused, struggling to get words out before saying he SA'd her multiple times. We just heard, this is 20 minutes ago or so, for the third time, about the 2013 incident at Cassie's apartment, in which Mia and Deontay Nash jumped on Diddy's back when he assaulted Cassie. The incident ended with a gash on Cassie's eyebrow. Mia testified that she thought Diddy was actually going to unalive her. This was the first time I realized the severe danger we were actually in. So this is 2013 or 11. Yeah, no, 2013. Okay. But this would have been like a year after the Diddy. This would have been about a year after the Kid Cudi thing, and she had seen him upset then. So I don't know. This is the first time I realized the severe danger we were in. She emphasized the power and control Diddy had over Cassie. Mia has repeatedly said, okay, listen to this. Mia has repeatedly said, and they put a quote, I had to do everything he told me to do. If not, there would be consequences that were something bad, very scary. The punishment was unpredictable, but typically pretty terrifying. 21 minutes ago, Mia believed Diddy's authority was above the police. I believe his authority was above the police. This was a period of years and years before Me Too. I was supposed to be the one protecting him from people. Okay, so we were just now on Inner City Press's tweets learning about what does man down mean. So this is in the context of what happened in Cassie's car. Cassie got a call and told me he wants to do a hotel night and I don't want to. So what, and then she got sick. So what happened after the hotel night? Man down, meaning they would both stay in the room all day sleeping, only getting up to eat. Did you do substances before you worked for Diddy? No. What about after? Yes. Molly, Puff gave it to me. He told me I was now part of the Breakfast Club. The assistant U.S. attorney said, what does that mean? Mia said, like the Cool Club. He said his substance was pure. So now I kind of felt like I was like a friend hanging out and I could enjoy myself. Did you ever take the one with the K? That's a horse tranquilizer. She said, yes, I did. It was at Burning Man. We were partying on a tour bus. We had the blackout shades drawn. We had the blackout shades drawn. We were on a tour bus and we're at Burning Man and I did the K. Mia said he had the substances on plates. Plates. I tried to say no. Then what happened? Diddy wouldn't let it go. It turned a little more serious, that I was going to mess up the whole vibe. I tried to fake take it. He got very close to my face and humiliated me. How did he humiliate you? Okay, so this is starting to kind of feel like a little bit similar to some of the stuff we heard from those Tony Busby cases. Now, we haven't really talked about him very much lately, but he's the one that's got like over 20 or 30 or 50. I mean, it's a whole bunch of civil cases against Diddy. And one of the reasons that one of the profound themes in those civil cases that keeps coming up over and over again is that like these parties where there was a lot of people at them, parties. All we've really heard about in this civil trial is like one-on-one freak offs. Although we did hear brief mention of sex parties and clubs from Cassie and I think one other witness, the sex clubs. But really, this has more been like 3 people involved situations. But in the Tony Busby lawsuits and their progeny, I mean, there's other lawsuits other than just his ones. It's like a Diddy's pressuring people to take the substances. You can't come into the party if you don't drink. You can't come into the party if you don't do this. And sometimes people would decline to take them, and then somehow their drink would get slipped something in or whatever. So these are all things that are coming to my mind when I'm reading now in the criminal case from someone finally actually like under the penalty of perjury testifying that I know of, kind of saying like, did he threaten me or pressured me, humiliated me into doing these substances? I didn't really even want to do them. I don't know. Maybe I'm misremembering. She tried to say no, tried to fake it. He got close to her face and humiliated her. He separated out an amount of it and made her take it. She said, I didn't want to have this falling into the sunken place experience. She said, I'd seen a person where that happened before and it looked like an exorcism. Okay, we got white candles. Get your bingo card out, y'all. We got white candles, oil all over the place, menstruation blood all over the place. Yep. And black eyes, devilish eyes, and now we're looking like it's an exorcism. Okay, I'm just letting y'all know. It's just the bingo card, okay? Don't conservatorship or jail me. Question, did you want to take the K rug that they give horses to tranquilize them? I didn't feel like I had a choice. Well, that's not, I mean, you should just say no. She did. Okay, tried to say no. She did say no. I stand corrected. I stand reminded. My recollection is refreshed. Okay. We're going to get into the hotel details again here. Just, earmuffs if need be. 4 minutes ago, NBCnews.com, Marlena Lenthang and Adam Rice cleaning up hotel rooms after Diddy's hotel nights. Mia testified that Cassie and Diddy sometimes had hotel nights and some lasted multiple nights. Mia testified she would sometimes take them there, unpack, and set up. Diddy asked her, Mia, to bring toiletries, clothes, candles, lotions, not potions. They left potions out on NBC. Baby oil, astro protection. One night stood out at the London Hotel in New York when Cassie answered the door in her underwear. She was struggling. I'd never seen her like that before. So much that I asked her, "Are you okay?" Cassie just said, "I'm good," and closed the door. Mia said Diddy asked her to clean up the rooms. The witness that's testifying right now, to wipe up enough stuff that the housekeeper couldn't clean. She said the state of the hotels after they were used was a nightmare. They were destroyed and really nasty, including candle wax, broken glass, water on the floor, sometimes blood, oil on the walls, and wet towels. Okay, we got a new update. Okay, we got 2 new updates from Washington Post. One from 8 minutes ago. Anne Brannigan. Mia described the mood at Diddy's LA house as dark and ominous on December 22nd, 2011, when Diddy found out about Cassie and Kid Cudi. Diddy allegedly broke into Kid Cudi's home that day and later also allegedly brutally attacked Cassie. Mia, a former Diddy assistant testifying under a pseudonym, was at Diddy's house that morning preparing to leave for a trip to New York City. She only briefly saw Cassie at a distance in a black SUV. She said, quote, "The energy felt really bad, but in a different way than normal." She testified that she had never seen Cassie do something to cause Diddy to be upset in the way that he was that day. 1 minute ago, Anne Brannigan, Diddy referred to freak-offs with Cassie and male escorts as hotel nights. And said Mia, a former employee of Diddy who had to clean the nightmare rooms afterward. Mia described candle wax everywhere and wet towels all over the rooms. Where did the water come from? We previously heard testimony from a hotel manager whose staff flagged Diddy as a chronic wax spiller. Ugh. Hotel nights were followed by long stretches of rest the couple would refer to as man down. When Diddy and Cassie would hole up in the hotel room and sleep for a day or 2 or 3, sometimes 3 days they were sleeping, y'all. That is just... We have 2 new updates from CNN. Ex-employee says she had to clean up nightmare scenes in the hotel rooms. Former assistant, It was often her job to clean up the hotel rooms that she had set up for Diddy and Cassie. She often had to do a sweep for anything potentially damaging to Diddy's reputation. The ex-employee testifying under the pseudonym Mia said it was a standard procedure to sweep the rooms to make sure there wasn't anything a housekeeper could take to TMZ. The rooms would be a nightmare, Mia testified, with baby oil, candle wax. I already read the list. It was also her job to take Cassie and Diddy to the hotels and set up their rooms. She would unpack the toiletries, including lotions, baby oil, lubricant. Candles were always on the list, and they had to be white. And if they were Glade, the label had to be ripped off. Mia would then be on call in case Diddy asked her to bring something. So she'd just wait around and, like, if she was asked to bring something, she was summoned, she had to show up. 1 minute ago, former assistant recalls the time Cassie was so nervous before a hotel stay that she started getting stomach issues. Mia said she was often with Cassie before she had to stay in a hotel stay with Diddy. And she recalled one of those instances that stands out in her memory. Mia has been testifying about Diddy and Cassie and how they stayed in hotels that she would stock with items. She got a message and was like upset. Mia testified, adding that Cassie told her, "Puff wants to have a hotel night." Cassie seemed visibly upset, more like nervous, just really nervous. She started getting stomach issues because of it. Okay. Let's go back to Inner City Press. We have a few more tweets. Okay. We're getting some names dropped. Okay, 4 minutes ago, Inner City Press says the following tweet. The assistant U.S. attorney asks Mia, "Did Diddy ever take substances while he was working?" Mia says he was always working. Once on the way to Chelsea Handler. Name drop. Okay, how did Diddy treat you? Mia said sometimes he treated me like a best friend and a working partner, but sometimes like I was a worthless piece of crap. How would Diddy compliment you? Mia said my work. He would compliment my work. He would give me life advice. And to tell you were worthless? Mia said long extended rants. Oh, so how would he compliment you and how would he tell you you were worthless? She said, "Oh, that was like long extended rants about how incompetent and stupid I was, and he would threaten my job too." Did he ever do anything physical? She said, "Yeah, he would throw things at me." Did he ever talk about jobs for you? Yes. Okay, so here's the RICO. Where's my new AstroTurf friend? My new AstroTurf friend that gave me $5 earlier to get me to read his AstroTurf comment. Come back. Here's some more evidence of the RICO. Here's some more evidence of the RICO. Did he ever talk about jobs for you, like AKA promising a job, AKA not getting the job, and then what would that be? Maybe fraud? Would it also be possibly, I don't know, like perhaps using his companies to perpetuate the scheme? I think it might look a little bit something like that. Okay. And did he ever talk about jobs for you? Yes. Before Revolt Films, he would talk about other companies. I told him I wanted to create and develop TV shows, especially comedy. He said that's what he wanted to do too. But then he would always take away my credits. This is starting to give more and more credence to some of those so-called frivolous lawsuits that have been filed by people in jails and stuff saying that Diddy stole their intellectual property. Okay. Then he would take away my credits. Okay. All right. All right. I'm not going to be able to read the detail. Oh my God. What? Girl, this is cruel and unusual. All right. I'm not going to even read it. I'll put it up on the screen. If y'all can read, you'll have to stop. You'll have to pause what you have to look. Whew. What did he throw at you? A bowl of spaghetti, turkey meat, a computer, a phone. Okay, let's talk about the spaghetti. What did he tell you to do? Diddy told me that I needed to go get people. But I needed to go, I'm paraphrasing right now, but y'all can read the screen. I needed to go to the restroom to use the facilities for a certain feminine hygiene emergency I was having, she said. Diddy yelled, "Yo, girl, I said do it now." Mia testified that she was unable to do so because she was having a feminine hygiene emergency and she needed to use the facilities as previously referenced. And it was a severe emergency. You may pause and read. I'm not going to be able to discuss it in these terms. She said, I have to, it's immediate. I have to go. I can't, I'm not, it's not a joke. I'm serious. Okay. So then question, what did he do? He threw his bowl of spaghetti at me and then said, "Get the F out of my house." And he chased me out. I was barefoot and I hid in a bush and then I went to a hotel. Wow. This is shocking and appalling. Truly grotesque. Grotesque and detestable. Wow. 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 Whoo, Lord. What did HR tell you? That I was going to be suspended without pay, and that's what Diddy wanted. Wow. Wow. Okay, there's two sides to every story or whatever, but listen, y'all. Had an emergency. He threw spaghetti at her. She needed to go get people. She's like, "I need to go to the bathroom first." He threw spaghetti at her and fired her. Okay, so let's move on to the computer incident. Let's talk about the time he threw a computer at you. Where were you when he threw the computer at you? I was in a trailer. Swiss Beats was there. The Wi-Fi was broken, and I went to look into it. Okay, CNN has 2 new updates. 5 minutes ago, ex-assistant testifies Diddy pressured her to snort a horse tranquilizer. Mia testified that the first time she ever took substances other than 420 was at Diddy's Miami home. She said Diddy gave her substances and told her that she was now a part of the Breakfast Club. She described another incident at Burning Man where Diddy had 3 plates with white powder, one with Molly Ann, one with Cocaina, and one with horse tranquilizer starts with a K. Oh my God, this is sick. Quote, people were taking turns going up and playing like a guessing game, Mia said. Okay, so let's play a guessing game, everybody. Molly Ann, Cocaina, and horse tranquilizer. Diddy told Mia it was her turn, but Diddy became upset when she tried to fake taking the substances and separated out a dose he wanted her to take. Mia said she took it and then it turned out to be this substance and she tried to blow some of it out when she was out of view. So she tried to get it out of there. She testified she had never taken this before. She said, I did not think I had a choice. Okay, we got a new update from NBC News 1 minute ago. Adam Rice, Ying Fang, and David K. Lee. Diddy took K and other substances at inappropriate times, witness testifies. The defendant, that's Diddy, was frequently taking K, and that might be why he had that sinus. Remember the sinus thing? He had it in his New York apartment. He had the sinus washer outer in the New York hotel he was staying at. Like you're just staying at a hotel and he had it, and he had the exact same one at his house in Miami. It was the same one. Like he's probably got bad sinuses from snorting all this stuff all the time. The defendant was frequently taking K and other substances at inappropriate times. Mia, I hate when they do that. I'm like in the middle of reading it and they update it, but it makes it disappear. All right, CNN has another update. Former assistant says Diddy would switch between treating her like a best friend and abusing her. The former assistant said Diddy would alternate between treating her like a best friend or a working partner and then like a worthless piece of crap. Quote, he would humiliate me. He would curse at me. He would go on really long, extended rants about how incompetent and stupid I was. He would threaten my job. He threw things at her, including a bowl of spaghetti, turkey meat, a phone, and a computer. Diddy knew that Mia wanted to work on film and TV projects, which she did through his Revolt production companies. Mia said there were times when he would take projects or her credits on them away from her or threaten to do so when he was angry. We're getting some analysis here that her testimony is helping to build the prosecution's case on the racketeering. So the RICO case is being built here. She's been on the stand since today, providing key testimony for the prosecution's case, specifically with regard to the racketeering conspiracy. This is from attorney Imran Ansari. This witness has so far testified that Diddy was violent with her. She accused him of SAing her and has detailed what she observed about the relationship between Diddy and his former girlfriend, Cassie. Her testimony is key to the prosecution because she is corroborating what past witnesses, including Cassie and Deontay, have so far said on the stand. The analyst goes on to say this is key because it's taking the he said, she said out of the equation and supporting Cassie's testimony with other people who say they were there. It's giving the picture to the jury of an enterprise rather than just say an entertainment company that Diddy was running, where there's coercion. There's control. It's dysfunctional. This legal analyst and expert says, and the jury, through the prosecution, can connect the dots. Ultimately, that this was not necessarily an atmosphere that was healthy, but rather a totality of the circumstances. Diddy was in control, and it was toxic. Her testimony, not just about Cassie, but about her personal experience with Diddy, fits into the racketeering conspiracy charge. It's giving the jury an idea, a picture, that Diddy was complicit and conspiring in the racketeering charges, and these went beyond just individual acts. They were a pattern of conduct. We do have 2 new updates from NBC. The witness said hitting the road with Diddy. This is Adam Rice, Yang Fang, David Cayley, NBC News. The witness, that's Mia, said hitting the road with Diddy was like being with a traveling medicine cabinet. Pills were stashed in plastic bags and or in his Louis Vuitton pouch. Combs was hot and cold with Mia and once threw spaghetti at her. He would humiliate me, curse at me, go on a rant about how incompetent and stupid I was. She told the jurors that he would throw things at her, including spaghetti. She had started to go down to her room on that incident because she had been working since 8 in the morning without a break, and she needed to use the facilities. She was having a feminine hygiene products emergency. Shout out to Wondery Media. Shout out to them. Outraged, he threw the spaghetti at her because she needed to use the facilities and started to curse at her, chased her up the stairs, and she hid and eventually escaped to a hotel. Another occasion, and she was laid off the next day with no pay. Another occasion, she testified Diddy threw a computer at her head while in LA in a trailer on a movie set. See, they don't mention Swiss Beats on NBC News. I wonder why. He was in a rage over the Wi-Fi not working, but the computer did not make contact with her head. The Wi-Fi wasn't working and he threw the computer at her head. She ran out the trailer and she hid again afterwards. So it's a lot of people's running and hiding from Diddy. We got a lot of running and hiding. Ex-assistant says Cassie was riddled with anxiety and stomach issues amid Diddy abuse. During her testimony, Mia recounted a moment that left a lasting impression on her. She remembers a time when she was with Cassie in LA. She testified they were sitting in Cassie's car and Cassie received a text message on her phone. Quote, she looked at it and became visibly upset. That's a new detail we didn't get before. She became visibly upset. She told me Puff wants to have a hotel night. According to Mia, the mood shifted immediately. Cassie's demeanor changed, not with anger, but with anxiety. She wasn't just upset. She looked really nervous, really nervous. She added that the stress was so intense, she started having stomach issues because of it. She previously testified that the hotel nights followed a troubling pattern. She would be responsible for preparing the room with items Diddy insisted on, the lotions and the potions, including baby oil, personal slippery, and specific white candles that had the labels removed. Mia said she had to clean up nightmare, bloody scenes in Diddy's hotel rooms. There was a meticulous and often unsettling protocol she was expected to follow when setting up hotel rooms for the pair. This is the Mirror. According to Mia, her responsibilities extended far beyond booking accommodations. She was tasked with preparing the rooms in advance, unpacking toiletries and specific items like baby oil, white candles, the latter of which had to have the Glade labels removed. Once Diddy and Cassie had used the room, it became her job to perform what was known as a sweep. The goal, she said, was to ensure that no incriminating evidence was found. Let's go to Sky News. What was the water on the floor? Okay, so 1 minute ago, Sky News says Diddy pressured alleged victim into taking the K horse tranquilizer. The prosecutor asked about substances, and Mia tells the court the first time she took anything other than 420 was when she started working with Diddy. She took Molly Ann at his house in Miami, and she says that he told her she was now part of the Breakfast Club. It was like the cool kids club. Yeah, I'm sure it was Revolt. Mia says Diddy also provided Kay at the Burning Man event and pressured her to intake it. He said it was my turn. She told the court she was nervous and tried to say no, but he wouldn't let it go. They joked at first, she adds, but then his tone changed. He became annoyed when she faked taking it at first. When asked if she wanted to take the substances, she said, "No, I did not want to, but I didn't really have a choice." She also says that Diddy would take these substances often at inappropriate times, including one time before he went on TV. Chelsea Handler. Sky News left Chelsea Handler's name out, but I won't. Traveling with Diddy was like being with a traveling medicine cabinet. She says as pills were stashed in plastic bags or in the Louis Vuitton. 2 new updates from CNN. 1 minute ago, CNN.com, Diddy often threw things at Mia when he was angry. Testified on another occasion he threw a computer at her head. He was angry because the Wi-Fi didn't work. When she returned to the trailer to relay that a production assistant said they were working on it, he cut her off. Okay, here's the quote, y'all. He cut me off and started screaming at me that, like, I shouldn't come back here until I figured out the Wi-Fi myself. Something like, I don't care if you have to call Bill Gates. And then he threw the computer at my head. It just missed her, she said, recalling that she thought at that moment, wow, he meant to hit me with that. She ran out of the trailer and hid behind the luggage van. Mia says the incidents she testified about were only some of the times Diddy would throw things at her. And she said when he threw things at her, she would often wonder if there was something wrong with her that made him so upset. Okay, let's go to Inner City Press. All right. So we're back with Inner City Press. The most recent tweet we read in the thread was she was in the trailer at a movie set or a movie premiere or something. Swiss Beats was there. The Wi-Fi was broken, and I went to look into it, Mia said. I came back, and they said they were working on it. And what did Diddy do? He asked if... What did he do? He said I should talk to Bill Gates if I had to. Then he threw his computer at my head hard. It just hit me. I ran and hid. She said it just missed me. It just missed me. Okay. Then he threw his computer at my head hard. It just missed me. I ran and hid behind a luggage van. How did you feel? Mia said, I wondered, what did I do to make him feel like this to me? Did he hurt you? She said, yeah. Turks and Caicos and at the revolt offices. Y'all remember Hillary Clinton, Miss Vote or Die herself, shrieking about hot sauce? Hot sauce! I always carry hot sauce! Y'all remember her saying that? That was into a Revolt TV mic. And I challenge you to find the rest of that episode other than just the viral hot sauce. I'm serious. I challenge you to find the rest of that episode. Why aren't they in the set? Why aren't they in the studio? Are they at perhaps a voting poll? I just am wondering. Okay. That went right into a Revolt TV microphone. All right. Just to let y'all know. What happened at Turks and Caicos? She said, well, there was a hammock by my room and Diddy dumped a bucket of ice on me, screaming. That's another MK Ultra tactic. Remember extreme temperature exposure? Then he took my phone. I didn't want him to see it. Oh, then Diddy took my phone, but I didn't want Diddy to see my phone because me and the team would message about his moods. So I jumped on his back. What did he do? He threw me back into the pool. All right, tell me about the time he hurt you at Revolt TV. Mia says he was using my phone and I didn't want him to see my message. Maybe I called him an a-hole. I tried to get the phone back again. He ran into the bathroom and slammed. This sounds like Dahlia Takali. Remember they were fighting over a phone? She was trying to see the internet. Remember that? I tried to get the phone back. He ran into the bathroom and then slammed the door on my arm repeatedly. Did you have any injuries from that? She said, yeah, bruises. Question, did you see him later after that? Mia said, yeah, at the studio. He told me he sent all my compromising photos to his phone in case I had stuff on him. Kind of like a bullying joke. How did you take that? Mia said, I didn't have any photos. I knew he was lying. Wow. So we're getting a pattern. A pattern. A pattern of what? Where's the RICO? Where's the RICO? Right here. A pattern of racketeering activity. What do you need for a pattern? It's got to happen more than once. Usually it needs to happen more than twice. How many people have we now heard Diddy threaten with compromising videos? Both of Cassie's parents, that's 2. Cassie testified to this. One of the assistants said that he was Diddy bopping and Diddy got it on, the cinematographer got it on camera, and then he came up and said, I got that now. Okay, him. And now, oh no, earlier we heard Deontay Nash confirm that Diddy did threaten this to Cassie. That's 5. And now this, Mia, 6. And it might even be more. That's what you call a pattern. That is what you call a pattern. I'm going to release videos of you. On the bad boy phone, I guess. Okay. We got some more tweets. 2 more. Who's Shannon? Okay. So Mia's like, I didn't have any compromising photos on my phone, so I knew he was full of it and he was lying. All right, next question. What are these? Mia says, those are my emails with Tony and Shannon. I said, Diddy took my iPhone. I don't know when I'll get it back. Tony asked what happened. I said, definitely an in-person story. Why did you say that it was an in-person story, Mia? She said, because I wouldn't put violence in writing. Who was Matt? Puff's engineer. At one point we dated. The assistant U.S. attorney said, I have more. I guess that means more exhibits to take a look at. What the hell? Hold on. Okay. All right. So they're taking a little bathroom break, but it's only 2:43. So I assume they're going to come back in about 10 minutes. They aim for 10, but it takes longer. So 15. And then they're probably going to go till 4. Carol Ann said, what is insane is in addition to all of this, he was going to therapy and spiritual retreats the entirety of this during the entirety of this abhorrent behavior. What does that mean? I mean, he was going to spiritual retreats, but I don't know if it was a good kind, girl. I mean, is Bohemian Grove a spiritual retreat? That's what I want to know. Do they count that? Is it, if I look in their documents, would they call that a spiritual retreat? I mean, Clarence Thomas, a Supreme freaking Court justice, just got accused of going over there. We had to report it to the Supreme Court that he went to the Bohemia Grove. I think that's a spiritual retreat. Thanks so much, JRM, for the $4.99 super chat. Welcome to members, Faye. Shout out to Aira Meow. Leave Mia alone. Stop trying to expose her. She is traumatized. Thank you for the $5 super chat. Thank you, Terry Terrell, for the $5 super chat. We got your back, Miss BJ. I am a survivor. Oh, no. I'm so sorry to hear this. Of SUL military trauma. So I understand. Love your channel. And thank you for your hard work. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Shout out to Best Nail Tech, becoming a member. I'm from Germany, and thanks for keeping us updated. Yes. Hello, V Gates. Thank you for the €249 Oilo. My Aloha 82. Shout out to you. Thank you, LM, for the $5 super sticker. Thank you, Nikki, for the £5 super chat. As survivor, you do have strange memories of what happened or flashes. Thank you for protecting the victims. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you to Kitty Litter Zen Garden for the $2 super chat. Thank you, mods, for keeping it classy in here. Shout out to Uncle Dut. I actually have an Uncle Dut. Shout out from the NO. Love the coverage. Stop. That's my cousin, y'all. That's my uncle right there, y'all. Uncle Dut, my real uncle right there. Thank you for the $1.99 super chat, Uncle Dut. Shout out to you. That's a cool bio picture you got. Shout out to the 504. Thanks so much, Sarah, for the $4.99 super chat. So happy to see this many people in your chat. Yeah, it's really cool. Thank you for the $4.99. Thank you, JW. Again, another 5. Diddy on record in 2013 saying he has had a lifelong crush on Kris Jenner. I believe it, because think about it. She used to be like the hot young thing back in the day. Okay, this is something. This is something. Ooh, see, that's not where I thought you were going when I read 2013. Oh my gosh, my brain just shifted. Oh Lord, thanks so much for $5 super chat. Thank you, Jack Wilder, for the gifting a membership. Shout out to Fifi LaRue. LaRue or LaRoe. And she said, Diddy gives Rougarou vibes with them black eyes and white candles. It's the Rougarou. It's the Tatai. I'm not trying to mess with it. I'm saying I already rebuked it. Where's my, hold on. Hold on. No. Be gone. No Rougarou allowed. Thanks so much for JW. Another 5. Oh my God, JW, I'm taking your card. His head of HR came from Kate Spade, another designer bag footnote in this case. But didn't she unalive too? She died an early death. Thank you for the $5. Thank you for the $10 super chat. Do you ever think about how Penn didn't have products in the bathroom because women had historically not attended law school? This was your Elwoods moment. Now 51% of law school grads could appreciate your move. There it is. I object. Thank you so much for the $10 super chat. Yeah, no, it definitely was. I don't know why they were trying to come after me, Wondery, acting stupid. Thanks so much for the $5 super chat, Lauren. Bohemian Grove has entered the chat. MK Ultra's here. Bohemian Grove is here. Clone, I'm not a clone. That's here too. Thanks so much, Lady Shishi, for the $9.99 super sticker. She had a husband and kids. Gerald Morris said, Clive Davis is trying to play like he is old and senile, but that man, or MF, knows what he is doing or what's going on. Interesting. Kardashians and Jenners ain't clean. The Kardashians are like a praying mantis. They got them white candles and that body oil too. You know, they all say when they first get out the shower, they put on the body oil. And now I'm starting to wonder why they said that. I see judgeship in your future. No, I object. Thank you, Scorched. I just looked up Diddy on Chelsea lately. He was an hour late and the conversation went a little sus almost immediately. It's Chelsea. Oh, and Chelsea Handler. That's Chelsea Lately is the name of her show. Thank you for the $5 super chat. Ebony said, y'all tripping her out in this chat. Y'all don't trip her out. Don't trip her out. Yeah, moms can be guilty too. You're not going to catch me disagreeing. Not going to catch me disagreeing. Corey Gamble is Diddy's friend and has been on scene when famous people died. Yeah, I know, Biggie Shorty. He was there when Kim Porter died. Y'all saw my Kim Porter video from yesterday on BJ Investigates. It was good. They said body. They said body oil, not baby oil. I do have a pink robe. I have one in the closet. In the closet. Okay. Let's see if we got an update from CNN. What they saying over there? Court takes a break. Won't finish the direct examination today. She's not even going to be done today. So this witness might get called back. She might actually get called back on Monday. Y'all see that light doing that? It's freaking me out. I need to learn Morse code and see if it's trying to talk to me. I rebuke. It's 10 minutes, Crystal. Oh, man. Yeah. Somebody said, mind you, Barbie Gone Bad said, mind you, they haven't even gotten into the SA history yet. And that is a true statement. No, they have not. Okay. We got 2 new updates from Washington Post. Anne Brannigan, Washington Post. Mia detailed 2 instances when she saw Cassie during or just before a hotel night. In one case, the former assistant to Diddy testified Cassie opened the door when Mia was delivering an item to Diddy's room. Cassie was in a blue wig and underwear. Mia said she appeared to be struggling and looked different than I had seen her. Another time, Mia said Cassie was really nervous as she told Mia Puff wants to have a hotel night. Cassie was so upset that she fell ill with stomach issues. Diddy has thrown a bowl of spaghetti at Mia, as well as a turkey meat, as well as turkey meat, a phone, and a computer, to name a few items. The defendant's former assistant testified under the pseudonym during the spaghetti bowl incident. Mia said Diddy was upset because she had attempted to leave his presence to go to the restroom. And also, she was supposed to be doing something else, like dropping someone off or getting someone. After he threw the bowl, Mia said he told her to get the F out of his house. She felt terrified, humiliated, and confused by Diddy's behavior because no one intervened to stop him. She recalled thinking, like, what did I do wrong? Nothing. You didn't do nothing. Not one damn, not a single thing. Nothing at all whatsoever. The man has demons, it's clear to me. Shoo. Ew, he was on Ellen calling Smek's turkey sandwich. Ew. Meg said, I think the Kardashians are shaking in their boots. They know their shady business deal. Oh my gosh, y'all. This brings me to another point. Do y'all know that? What's her name? Haley Baldwin Bieber just sold her Rhode makeup that was not even in Sephora till like it just got announced it might be coming to Sephora now. For $1 billion, and she got a $600 million for it. Do you remember, have y'all been in this chat? Please put a 600 in the chat. If you remember, I said, I have a conspiracy theory that there's just this $600 million in cash that just gets moved around throughout Hollywood and the business and the entertainment industry. Put a 600 in the chat if you remember that. Am I hallucinating? Okay. Nomez remembers. Veronica remembers. Yaya remembers. Casey remembers. Luna remembers. Dory remembers. Yes. Diddy Docket. Thank you, Diddy Docket in the chat. Do y'all remember me saying about my conspiracy theory? I need a tinfoil hat. It is a conspiracy theory. And do y'all remember Chloe Malos? Put a Chloe in the chat if you remember me talking about how Chloe Malos, it was so odd that Chloe Malos from CNN and now NBC, but it was on CNN at the time, was defending the valuation of Kylie Cosmetics, which did result in Kylie getting $600 million. And do you remember why I quit my job? It was for talking about Stonebridge Investment Council, but what was it? The Blue Taylor, Diddy's business manager? Are y'all following along here? Just bear with my schizophrenia for a moment. My pawpaw did have it. I might have it. Okay. But do you remember whenever I just continuously say over and over, it's so weird that Chloe Malos, who got the exclusive interview with Jeff Bezos when she went to NBC, she was on CNN and she was like, of course it's worth it. Do you see the brand she's built? Of course it's worth $1 billion. But then come to find out, Forbes then later called Kylie Cosmetic a fraud. Called Kylie Jenner a fraud, ripped her. Forbes ripped her off the cover of the youngest self-made billionaire because of all that. Did you also remember that Chloe happened to be following AstroTurf hater account, which the whole name of the account is To Hate Me? Chloe Malos is following it. Chloe Malos's bodyguard, incidentally, was the one who was, in my opinion, from where I sit, innocent till proven guilty, harassing me in front of the courthouse. Her bodyguard. The same one defending the valuation of Kylie Cosmetics. Kylie Cosmetics and Kylie and Kris Jenner, both Lou Taylor clients, got 600 million cash freaking dollars on a company that now nobody agrees was ever worth $1 billion. And when Lou Taylor tried to get me to stop talking about her, it was with Stonebridge Investment Council, which the whole big suspicious thing, in my opinion, is that little graph. It was going up. It was her investment fund, Lou Taylor's, that she freaking started while Britney Spears was in a conservatorship. So I was like, is this Britney's money? But it was a graph that went straight up $620 million or something went directly into Lou Taylor's Stonebridge Investment Council, and that's the exact thing she wanted me to stop talking about. They were asking me, how do you know it's Britney's money? I said, I don't. Could be Kylie Jenner's money from the sale of Kylie Cosmetics, and that was freaking 5 years ago. Now Hailey Bieber miraculously is selling her podunk, let's all be freaking honest, podunk makeup brand. Not one of us has one of those things. I don't care how many times y'all try to put that piggy blush on the AstroTurf TikTok. I don't want it. $1 billion freaking dollar company. Okay. Play with your mama, don't play with me. Play with your mama, don't play with me. Let's see if they're back in session. It's just a conspiracy theory, all right? Panama comes into play as well. I'm more than happy to testify before Congress on the ways these people try to silence people, though, because that I do have firsthand experience, and I will be telling everybody what you tried to do to me. Thanks so much for the $10 super chat. Thanks for making my day delivery packages. My day delivering packages go by. Oh my God, T, shout out to you. Y'all, I did do driver helper, UPS driver helper when I was in high school. A special place for delivery drivers too. I have some experience with everything, huh? Thank you, Anita Marie, for the $4.99. Oh, that's an interesting comment. Hot sauce is a code word. I did not know that. Never heard that. Thanks so much, D, for the $9.99. White candles, SEX magic harnesses energy associated with sexual activity. Yeah, the sacral chakra. Yeah, I think I've been do. This energy is viewed as a vital force that can be manipulated to influence reality or achieve desired results. I didn't say it. I just read it. Okay, thank you for the $9.99 super chat. Oh my God, lunar mysticism vidya. Oh my God, look how cute. I love that picture. Who is that? I can't tell. It's kind of blurry from here. Okay. I used to work in a magic shop in Hollywood. I would quit on my first day, I think. Thank you for the $1.99 super chat. Thank you, infamous truth teller, for the $1.99 super sticker. Oh, this is weird. Oddly Wonderful said, I remember Diddy going on Chelsea lately that time. It was a big thing at the time, and it was very strange when it happened. Around the same time, Chelsea also dated 50 Cent. Makes you wonder. I do wonder. And I caught that. I always tell everything you tried to do to me. The witches know is my favorite saying, and please take it as a compliment. The witches know. Okay, listen. If it's good, I'm here for it. If it's not, I do not consent and I rebuke and I send it back, you know. They don't like it. No, they don't. No, they don't. Lady J said Chris Community Church in Cali takes 10% wage off every church attendee. Why? Allegedly Lou Taylor using the Oh, I don't know. Oh, I don't know about that's crazy. Wow. Funny how all those people called you crazy. Everything came out true. And all those who tried to silence you have failed, and we are still here. Well, I already told y'all, no weapon formed against me shall prosper. Not one. 1,000 will fall at my side, 10,000 1,000 may fall at my side, 10,000 at my right hand, but it will not come near me. I will only observe with my eyes and see the punishment of the wicked. Yep. Yeah, well, that's fine. Jesus only for you. Amen. Jesus for you. No problems here. No qualms here. Hillsong requires you to give them money, somebody said. Oh, my Lord. T.D. Jakes was on the board of Church Home with Lou Taylor, wasn't he? Am I misremembering? There's so much info going on in my mind. I didn't even moment. Okay, let's see. Do we have anything new over here from the Independent? No. What about CNN? Oh, new update. Okay, we have one update from CNN. We have one from NBC I'll get to next. Ex-employee says Diddy ran off with her phone and threatened to use anything he found against her. Just before the break, Mia says Diddy one time grabbed her phone and ran off, injuring her as she tried to grab the phone back and later threatened to use anything incriminating he found. This sounds like Stephanie Jones from Jones Works PR. Put a Jones in the chat if you know what I'm talking about. Also, innocent until proven guilty. I wasn't there. I don't know. The ex-employee testifying under the pseudonym Mia said she was with Combs at this Revolt Media Productions office when he borrowed her phone to make a call and then ran off with it rather than handing it back. Mia said she was scared her boss would see a text to his stylist where she had talked crap about Diddy. She chased after him, who slammed her arm in a bathroom door multiple times when she tried to follow him. Eventually, he ran into the street outside and left, leaving Mia with a badly bruised arm that she thought might have actually broken. When she saw Diddy later that day, he said, "I wouldn't want someone going through my phone if I had what you had in there. I sent all your compromising and inappropriate photos to my phone, so I got something on you just in case you got something on me." Mia testified he said this, adding that she was relieved to know she didn't actually have anything compromising on the phone. The jury saw emails Mia sent to other staff members after the incident where she asked for someone to pick her up because she was stranded without her phone. When asked what happened, Mia said in the emails it was an in-person story. She testified in court today that the comment was a reference to never putting stories involving violence in an email. There's a new update from NBC. Diddy repeatedly slammed bathroom door on Mia, she says. The witness recalled an incident in 2012 in LA when Diddy allegedly slammed a door on her arm multiple times. At his request, Mia said she made a call for him on her phone, prompting her to stay close to get the device back from him immediately. But when Diddy tried bolting away from her into a bathroom, she followed him inside, where he then slammed the door on her. So he was trying to lock himself into a bathroom, and she's trying to get into the bathroom. It's giving Linda Omar, Dahlia Takali. Put a Linda in the chat if you know what I'm talking about. Trying to fight over a phone, getting slammed in the bathroom, all of that. She thought her arm might be broken. 10 minutes ago, the judge had dismissed the jury for a 10-minute break. The prosecutor said she was not going to finish her direct questions today. She's going to need to continue tomorrow. Earlier, the judge said today's session would continue for an hour longer to fit in as much as possible. The hope is that Mia will finish her evidence by the end of the day tomorrow. Her testimony. Say evidence? Finish her testimony. JW says, and shout out to JW. She has given it so many super chats today. I'm going to take her devices. Sorry, I got distracted by something. Chris and Kylie, according to JW, defrauded Cody and Voices for Children charity on Ellen's show and lead up to their $600 million bag. Huh. Interesting. Thank you to Bulletin My Beard for the €6. Hey, thanks for great coverage. Have you heard of the Blake Lively blind items parts here on YouTube? No, haven't. Some wild conspiracies going on over there. I mean, don't you think I have enough of them over here? Don't they have passcodes for phones? Yeah, Robin, they do. But the way that it was described is that, hold on. Anyway, passcodes for phones. I think people do have passcodes, but she said that Diddy borrowed her phone to make a call. And then once he's done with the call, then he's like runs away with her phone. The other time I think she was open, her phone was open, and he poured ice bucket on her and then he grabbed the phone. That's what I understood. Diamond, don't worry about Zach. I blocked him. Don't worry about him. He's gone. Swim said those were company phones. If they were, yeah. Keeping Copeland said 600. I was just thinking about you yesterday when I heard that. And y'all, I have a whole series on that $600 million on BJ Investigates, like 5 parts, I think, on that series. And it's Britney Spears' money. And that's why Britney Spears is so important here, because the person who managed her finances is the person who manages Diddy's finances. So that lady is pretty big deal. That lady is the one that tried to get me either to shut up or to get me fired. Like, she interfered with my employment, but I didn't get fired. I just quit. Before they could even. Huh. All right, let's court back in session. Mia is returning to the stand. It's 3 p.m. here in New York. The time of the hearing is now set to finish each day. However, the judge earlier told the jurors that today's session would run on for an hour longer in the hope of getting Mia's testimony finished by the end of tomorrow. A reminder that Mia does not want to be identified and is testifying under a pseudonym, and that the judge has ordered she not be included or identifiable in court sketches. Okay, so no court sketches allowed, no description of her either. Okay. Whew, I started a new tea. It's got lemon and ginger in it, and it hurts, but it's like a good one. A good hurt. Whew. Lord have mercy. The court is back from break. Okay, less than a minute ago, CNN. So everybody's filing in. All right. So we're to the SAs now. It's always somebody's 40th birthday, isn't it? It's always somebody's 40th birthday, isn't it? The S assaults, when did they occur? We're back on the stand. Mia's back on the stand. The assistant U.S. attorney is asking about the S assaults. She said, when I was working for Diddy. Boom. Does that sound like domestic violence to you? No. That sounds like something else. Where was the first time it happened? She said, the Plaza Hotel in New York for Diddy's 40th birthday. The 40th birthday. Question, were you his personal assistant at the time? Yes. And I had only been working for him for a few months at that time. What rooms did Diddy rent out in the Plaza Hotel in New York for his 40th birthday? The penthouse. Party guests. Now we're getting to a party. Wow. Oh no, I'm getting the scalp chill again. Woo! It goes up my neck on that one. We're getting to parties and penthouses, y'all, because up till now, I got my mala. I got my bell. And there were some witches in here saying they're going to protect me too. So no witches better try to hurt me, because those good witches are going to get you. So I'm scared. Not really. I'm scared of nothing and nobody. I work for the Lord. Anyway, now we're getting to parties. Okay. We're getting into parties. And like, this is like week 3 of testimony. We're at the end of the week. And it's really not been a lot of celebrity party mentioning, has it? Actually, I mean, we've been seeing a lot in the news and a lot of bloggers and things saying, why is nobody mentioning these celebrities? I mean, we're getting a little Usher mention here and there. We're getting a little Neo here and a little Chris Brown there and a little Michael B. Jordan here. But really, I mean, Kid Cudi is like the biggest installment of this trial other than Diddy and Cassie. And Dawn Richard, my other cousin. When was the first time Diddy S assaulted you? She said, his 40th birthday. Now, if you don't know this, I mean, Diddy's parties for his birthday were a grand affair. I mean, his 50th is, I mean, him and Jay-Z both. At one of his more recent parties Diddy had, you know who was there? Robin Greenhill, who's one of Lou Taylor's right hands at TriStar Sports and Entertainment. But he's having his birthday party at the Plaza Hotel in New York. She's his personal assistant and has been for a few months. He rented out the penthouse for party guests and celebrities there. If somebody can put me a list, like real quick, and I can just pin it on my chat. Oh, Seder Wolf is in here. See, Seder Wolf is going to get y'all with the white Glade candles. Okay. I do not consent. Yeah, Inner City Press is back. Exactly. Who was at Diddy's 40th birthday? Should I just look it up? Let me just look it up. I'm scared. Oh my God. Okay. Oh my God. There's an Essence piece on it. This is 2020. Wait, no way. November 9, 2009. Oh, there's kids here. Oh, it's his kids. Okay, here we go. All right. Essence Magazine updated in October. Happy birthday, Diddy. Joined by his sons, Justin, Christian, Quincy, blowing out the candles for the 40th birthday. Plaza Hotel, November 20th, 2009 in New York City. So here it is. He's got the Scientology. Oh, no, that must say, oh, okay. Sorry. It's just so hard to tell them apart. I guess that's SC for Sean Combs. He's got the crossed out cross. We always got to have a crossed out upside down cross somehow. I am king, baby boy. Baby boy, the Lord begs to differ. Look at you now. Diddy takes the stage. Wow, the grand, but presented by Ciroc Vodka. Who hosted this party? Who hosted this party? Now we're starting to bring in the brands. Who's singing? Although we've come to the end of the road. I don't know why that song came to my mind. That came to my mind. Who is that? I can't let go. Who is that? It's so loud in my mind. Who's the man? Who's the man? Who's the king? Who's the man? It's Diddy. Yeah. Oh my God. Dashing Diddy with a ballerina. Who's that? That must be, I don't know who that is. Big celebration. Gayle King. Well, from the Ciroc party to the outer space. Isn't that nice? Wasn't she just going to space? With Jeff Bezos' square-headed ass girlfriend. I swear I need to start pulling my map up. My web. The Plaza Hotel. Here's Gayle King. Slay. Party at the Plaza. Carrie Hilson. The 40th birthday. Oh, the gang's all here. Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. Russell Simmons, Aoki Lee Simmons' daddy. Who's that? I know who that is. Who's that? Who's that? Bono. Bono. Oh, yeah. Gang's all here. Check it out. Who's this? Carrie Hilson. Oh, wow. She's just so beautiful. Who's this? Al Sharpton? Yep. Wow. He did it before Ozempic. I don't want to hear anybody's excuses. That man lost some weight. Sex appeal, Robin Thicke. Oh, good. Oh, good. And then he was dancing with little baby Miley Cyrus just a little while later. And blurred lines, right? Blurred lines. I don't know if there's consent. I don't really need it. Isn't that how that song goes? I don't really remember it. Hancock. Do I know him? Herbie Hancock. No, I don't know who that is. Sorry. What does it say? No. Ciroc, presented by Ciroc. I am king. Oh, yeah. You are such a king. Oh, yeah. You're the king. Look, let's see who else is in here. Wow. Even the way they got the lens on that camera makes me feel like I'm tripping or something. Like, whoa, Lord. Good looking gentlemen. Are they in the room with us? Let me stop. Oh, you know, girl. You know Janice is going to be there. She is going to be there. Diddy does it big. Who's this rapping? June Ambrose. That's probably one of my cousins with that last name. Who's this? Dawn Richard. Oh, okay. On that note, let's see. Dawn was there that night. That's interesting. So this is the first night. Excuse me. This is the first night where this assistant Mia is saying she was SA'd by Diddy. I'm scared, y'all. My heart's beating fast. Oh, I'm scared. What room did he rent out? The penthouse for the party guests and celebrities were there. What did Diddy do? He asked to speak with me in the kitchen. Then what did he do? He had everyone else clear the room. What did he say? Oh my God, y'all. Oh my God. This sounds like a Busby lawsuit. My heart is racing. Put a heart in the chat if your heart is racing. Oh my God. This is like a Busby lawsuit. I had almost convinced myself that those were all just Busby acting a fool. What did he say when you were in the kitchen alone together after he cleared the kitchen? He said we were going to be working closely together. He poured us 2 shots of vodka each for his birthday. What did you do with the shot? She said, I took them and they hit me hard. Usually I could take it easily. My eyes couldn't focus. His face was close. He put his arm up the side of my dress and he kissed me. Did you want him to kiss you? No. Were you able to say no? No, she said. Mia said, I was shocked. I froze. I didn't even process what was happening. Next thing I knew, it was the morning. and I was in a chair in the penthouse. This is okay. This is more like the stuff I thought we were going to be seeing and hearing, or that we should be, like these parties. What happened at the party? Her whole memory is gone. The next thing she knows after the 40th birthday party, after this event, the next thing she knows after this event, she woke up in a chair in the penthouse. There's Cassie. The gang's all here. Don Richard was there. Cassie was there. Mia was there. Estelle once said, "Tell me cool down." Kalina Harper, the other member of Diddy Dirty Money, who was also mentioned in this trial with the scrambled eggs incident. Friends of Diddy. Lupe Fiasco. Oh, yeah, we discussed him yesterday with The Show Goes On. That was this morning. Maybe that's why. Maybe I'm a psychic and these songs mean something. Maybe I could one day be like Sloan Bella. I mean, you can only aspire. Oh, a Nelly. Please, not country grammar. Leave Nelly out of this. Lil' Kim. Who was doing Lil' Kim's makeup or hair? Somebody was just saying they went and did Lil' Kim something Lil' Kim. There's Denzel. 40th birthday. These are all the people. DJ Cassidy. These are all the people at Diddy's 40th birthday party. This happened on, oh, well, of course. How could we get through Diddy's 40th birthday party where the first SA allegedly happened, according to the witness on the stand right now, without Kim Kardashian in her black and white, get your bingo card out, her black and white outfit. And she's the bookend. Jesus. It's too obvious. Oh my God. Okay. 9 minutes ago, CNN.com, Mia, one of Diddy's former assistants, testified that Diddy assaulted her multiple times while she worked for him. She said Cassie was not present when these assaults occurred. And she didn't tell Cassie about them. Her voice dropped to nearly a whisper when she confirmed that Diddy actually assaulted her and said it happened sporadically throughout her employment with him. 1 minute ago, the witness, this is NBC News, Adam Rice, Ying Fang, and David K. Lee. The witness said Diddy assaulted her. I'm getting a little tired of them doing that. They take the updates away. All right, let's go check Inner City Press. Let me check in with y'all. What are y'all saying? What site are you looking at? Okay, yeah, let me tell y'all what sites they are. This is Twitter, Inner City Press. This is The Independent, the one that looks like this. This is CNN.com. This is Washington Post. This is NBC. That's the one I was just looking at. This is The Mirror. This is Sky, news.sky. And then this is essence.com. Essence.com. And then title of the article is Sean Diddy Combs' 40th birthday celebration. It was originally published in 2009, but then it was updated in 2020. Okay, let's go to Inner City Press. Okay, next morning, I didn't even finish this tweet. I was so shocked. Next thing I knew, it was morning. I was in a chair in the penthouse. Question: how had you looked at him before that incident? She said, before that happened, I had looked at him as an older adult, like he was the boss or the king. What were your expectations after that happened? Mia said, I thought that was never going to happen again. It was a huge accident. That's what I thought. Were there any other times that he made you feel uncomfortable, sexually? She said, yes. There was another time. I had to carry bags to his room. Downstairs was Uncle Paulie. Okay, one of these sus security guys. What did Uncle Paulie say to you? Objection, Your Honor. Brian Steele objects. The judge says, okay, Brian, on what grounds are you objecting? Brian Steele said, hearsay. I'm objecting on hearsay. It's hearsay. What do you mean? What did he tell to you? The assistant U.S. attorney says it's for the effect on the hearer. The judge said, okay, overruled. So that means you can ask the question. So the question is, were there other times that made you feel uncomfortable as Julie? Yes, I had to carry bags to his room. Downstairs was Uncle Paulie. And what did he say to you? Mia said, well, I brought the bags. He asked me to pull up something on his computer. So I guess it's Diddy. I don't know, who is this? Who is he? Diddy or Uncle Paulie? I'm not sure. Whoever he is came and sat next to me, leaned over me as if to put his face in the computer, like in an uncomfortable way. How did you feel? Mia said, I pretended I had to go to the bathroom. Okay, well, that's something. But I think, I would need more, info, but she does. She has more instances. So let's see what she's also saying. Where were you the next time he SAU? The Beverly Grove house. I was asleep in a bunk bed on the bottom bunk. I wasn't allowed to lock the door. I woke up and there was the weight of a person on me. Okay, now this is getting a little more extreme, okay, than the laptop. Not that I don't think that's gross and pervy or whatever, personally. Like, yeah, I could absolutely see how that would make you uncomfortable, and I would be uncomfortable if someone did that to me, especially my boss. Like, get your freaking head out of my lap, you weirdo. But it's harder for him to defend himself when it's like, oh, there's a full grown person laying on top of her in the bunk bed. Like, it makes the case easier to prove. It just does. There's a weight of the person on top of me. Who was it? Puff. So she's sleeping. She can't lock the door because it's his house. So he's just entitled to everything. She said it was so fast. Oh my gosh. Okay, then you can read, assaults her. You mean he put his blank in blank blank? She said, I just froze. How did you feel when that happened? She said, terrified and confused and ashamed and scared. Wow, that is like straight up R word. Whoa. Terrified and ashamed and confused and scared. Terrified and confused and ashamed and scared. How long? Okay, y'all, don't make a joke about this. I know that all of y'all in the chat with immature minds are gonna try to make a joke about this, just like y'all did with the Tootsie Pops, but like, or the Tootsie whatever rolls, but like, y'all, it's not funny. Don't make jokes about it in my chat, please. Thank you. How long did it last? Mia said very quick. 2 updates from CNN. Okay, we have another legal expert who is trying to say, actually, this is going to be a challenging RICO case so far, because the focus has so far been on individual actions. Typically, racketeering involves lots of incidents, lots of people, but they're talking about a couple people and they're talking about a lot of abuse. So I think jurors could view this as a lot of horrible behavior. But if it adds up to some sort of concerted enterprise, that's going to be the steepest hill. Defense may argue that even Mia was participating in Diddy's celebrity lifestyle consensually. Quote, I think the defense is probably going to come back and say, look, a lot of these people are participating partly because of the promise of this lifestyle. And what's luring people into this behavior is that they hope to get something from Diddy's notoriety or from his celebrity, and they're hoping to kind of ride that train. Wow, he's really victim blaming, huh? It's that individual choice prompted by the celebrity lifestyle. But she didn't have a choice, she said. Who is this guy? Has he been listening? Maybe AstroTurf, as opposed to really them being coerced into behavior they wouldn't do. I mean, the lady said it was, maybe he missed the part. Maybe he was too busy doing a CNN interview. Whenever she said she couldn't say no when she pretended to snort the K, Diddy made her do it. That's that. What do you mean? How's that coercion? Anyway, they have another new update here. Former employee says Diddy assaulted her after 40th birthday celebration. The woman, Mia, said she had been working for Diddy for a few months. He asked to speak with her, and the two of them went into the kitchen, where he told her she was doing a good job and didn't need to be nervous about coming to him with questions. Okay, so we get some more insight. We get some more details here. Diddy apparently told her she was doing a good job during this thing. So this is more of that, what Dr. What's her name? Hughes might have, called like a grooming type of behavior, right? Like, oh, you're doing so good. You're doing so good. Don't worry about coming to me with questions. I'm your friend. The former assistant says she remembers wondering if she had eaten enough before the shots. She said it hit me kind of hard. I'm wondering if this was supposed to be like he was rugging. She was shocked when Diddy then leaned in to kiss her against the wall. I was shocked and I froze. I couldn't even process what was happening. The next thing she remembers clearly is sitting in a chair in the main room in the penthouse as the sun came up. She said she thought it would never happen again, that her boss had just been drunk and it was probably a huge accident. She planned not to tell anyone, she testified. Diddy's former assistant says internal alarm bells, this is a quote, alarm bells went off when Diddy got too close to her. She testified that the next time Diddy made her feel uncomfortable, sexually, following the 40th birthday thing, was a time at his New York apartment. She said she didn't remember the exact date, but she was still relatively new at her job. She said she was bringing Diddy's bags to his apartment, and his security said something of the lines of, "Oh, I've seen this before." When she got inside, Mia said Diddy asked her to look up something on the computer, and then he sat next to her. And then Diddy leaned over and got very close. And she said her internal alarm bells went off. I felt really uncomfortable, but I didn't know how to behave. She said she has to go to the bathroom. When she came out, she just left. So this part is interesting right here. This is a new context right here, that Mia said she was helping Diddy bring his bags into the apartment. And his security said something along the lines of, "Oh, I've seen this before." Like Diddy having the new assistant who's pretty bring in the bags inside his apartment and then asking to look something up on the computer. Okay, we got 11 minutes ago from NBC News, Adam Rice, Ying Fang, and David K. Lee. Mia accuses Diddy of SA. She said Diddy SA'd her after pouring her 3 shots of vodka. Okay, so I thought it was 2 each. How many shots is it? We got a contradiction. After complimenting her work, Diddy, who had been celebrating his 40th birthday, served the drinks and then kissed her as he put his hands up her dress. She said, "I was shocked." 2 minutes ago, same authors, witness said she was SA at Diddy's LA home. She testified about another assault, this time in 2009 or 2010. She said she was on the top of a bunk bed. Oh, no, bottom. Sorry, excuse me. She was on the bottom of a bunk bed when she was awakened by Diddy on top of her. Asked if she wanted to have relations with Diddy, a tearful, she's crying, Mia said no. It was very quick. She hadn't been allowed to lock the door when she was staying at Diddy's properties. She had testified earlier. Were you allowed to lock the door? No. This is my house. Nobody locked the door in my house. Except people did lock the door. His security, who are kind of shaping up to be the Enterprise and the co-conspirators, I think, so far. Okay. How long did it last? She said very quick, but it felt like forever. But he didn't leave the job unfinished. Is that when it would end? Mia said yes. So I understand it's a little bit cryptic. It's a little bit not detailed. I do understand that, but I'm just not going to be able to say all this. Diddy had to finish the mission, but it still was quick. Okay, so tell me about the next time. She said, okay, the next time happened at the Beverly Crest house. I was on his bedroom closet floor putting stuff in a bag. And then Diddy was in the closet too. So I don't know if we've seen the Beverly Crest house. Oh my God. Okay. This almost sounds like, is this one of the people that's sued Diddy? It sounds very familiar to another lawsuit I'm thinking of, a Busby lawsuit or something like that. Okay, so she's on the floor in the closet of his bedroom, putting some stuff in a bag. And then Diddy was also in the closet and he was, pants down, showing himself. And the witness is crying on the stand. 2 minutes ago, we get this tweet. And allegedly, according to this witness, Diddy did something forcibly to her. You can pause and read if you so desire. And she said she was frozen. She didn't do anything. How did you feel? She said, like trash and scared and ashamed. How long did it last that time? She said it was very fast. Question: were there other SAs? She said, yeah, I have this dark feeling. Like one time we were flying on a private jet, everyone was asleep. By the bathroom, there was a bed. I went by and he was standing right there. I tried to make it. I know y'all saw that. I tried to make it about other people who might see or hear, but it didn't work. Okay, so she was kind of like, oh no, other people might see us. Ha ha, hee hee, hee. And it didn't work. How did you feel? She said, helpless. I had lost some layer of protection. I wasn't safe. I felt terrified. Do you remember what happened? She said, no. And this is probably why they had Dr. What's her name? Hughes testify about like lapses in memories. Like she's saying it. She's saying, I don't remember what happened. I don't. I'm just refreshing the this is the Independent. Okay, so now we're looking at 4 minutes ago, the independent.com. Mia says Combs SA her after his 40th birthday celebration. I was shocked and I froze. I couldn't even process what was happening. In another incident in 2009 or 10, so that's about the same time frame, like 2009, 10, Mia said she woke up to Diddy on top of her. It was very quick. She testified she did not want to have relations with him. I love all the props. That's funny. Thank you, Taylor, for the $5 super chat. Thank you to, what did he say? Thank you for doing the Lord's work here, Queen. Yes, you are welcome. Thank you, that pretty girl. You've got mail? Oh, what is it? Thank you for the $1.99 super chat. Okay, wait, hold on. What's the mail? Hold on. Where's the mail? What is the mail? Now I'm scared. I'm not really scared. I don't know why I'm saying that. Okay, hold on. Let me see. Flying high or low like Diddy. Cantankerous behavior. Diddy was born November 4th, and Scorpio. Might sound strange. Tail on private jet. Which... Oh, is this like a... Okay, I'm gonna have to... Oh, is it the inside of the jet? Okay, I guess I can show you all this. Okay. All right. This is the mail I got. Flying high or low, like Diddy's extraordinarily cantankerous behavior. Some of you may already have, but I hope to gain more insight from what I've provided for you here. Diddy was born November 4th, 1969, a sneaky ass Scorpio, so this might sound strange, but one way I remember the tail number of his private jet, Love Air LLC, which begins with N, which means it's a United States plane, is 1969, and then C for Combs. So United States, 1969 is his birth year, and then C for Combs, just a way to remember it. So here's the jet right here. It's the black one. It is nice. It's pretty. Is owned by Love Air, a Combs-owned entity. Built in 2015, matte black exterior, it can hold 14 passengers, and is pet friendly. It appears to be available for charter through a few luxury private charter platforms, such as Jetly and Silver Air. These are the specs. That's the jet. Here's the inside of it. Operator information. Here's some pictures of it. It doesn't look that big. I mean, private. Oh, yeah. Okay. So it does. So this is like a split. Wow. As of today, May 29th, and since Diddy's arrest on September 16th, the jet has taken 125 flights, according to this source. This includes destinations like French Polynesia, New Zealand, San Francisco, Los Angeles, and Baja, Mexico. That's where Cher's son was being stored. Baja Rehab. Is that why you sent this? Cher's freaking son was being held in Baja against his will and had to be smuggled out of the country with the help of the authorities. All the while, Cher was trying to lock him up in what you tell me? Conservatorship. You guessed it. Ooh, girl. This whole day needs to be titled girl. Oh my God. Okay, we got more tweets. Let me get to those. Okay. And so she says she don't remember what happened. Was Cassie ever there? No. Did you ever want these sexual acts with Mr. Combs? No. Did you ever tell him no? I couldn't tell him no about a sandwich or anything. Then he would know that I thought what he was doing was wrong. And she didn't want to make it seem like she was telling him he was wrong. No one could tell him no. I do totally understand why. Okay, let me rephrase that. I can believe, and it is believable that people were afraid to tell him no. It's believable to me. I would be afraid to tell him no. Even still, kind of. Like if he was just around, like, I don't know. I definitely would. I'd say, I don't work for you. I work for the Lord. Take it up with the Lord. But I'd be a little afraid about it. Mia said, I didn't want to lose everything I'd worked so hard for. This was the only world I had anymore. What would happen to your job? I would never work in the industry again. And physically, what would happen to you? She said, I would be attacked. I ain't trying to die. Okay, let's go to some of these other sources. Who is Mia? Mia is Diddy's former personal assistant and a close friend of Cassie. She's testifying under a pseudonym to protect her identity. She's expected to testify through Friday. Okay. We get some more quotes here. CNN.com 3 minutes ago. Former employee says Diddy R'd her at his LA home. Mia is now testifying about an occasion in 2009, 2010, where she said Diddy R'd her. The former assistant said she was asleep in Diddy's LA home when Diddy climbed on top of her. She said she was sleeping with the door unlocked because she wasn't allowed to lock it. Mia testified she was woken up by the weight of a person on top of her. Oh, God. Diddy told her to be quiet. And then he violated her. She said, I just froze. I didn't react. She was terrified and confused and ashamed and scared. It was very quick, but it felt like forever. And they said, Mia is audibly emotional and sniffling. Mia went on to recount another time. She said Diddy S assaulted her at his home in LA. She was on the floor in his closet packing a bag when he assaulted her. She said, I felt like trash. And she felt scared and ashamed and like an idiot. Another time, this is NBC News, Adam Rice Yang Feng and David K. Lee. Diddy once forced her to perform another act on him in an attack that made her feel like trash. She said she was just frozen. She came out of a closet. No, Diddy. She was just frozen when Diddy came out of a closet at his LA home and had his private parts out and forced her head down. She felt like trash. It was really fast. Again. Okay. Mia told the court that another unsettling encounter had happened not long after. This is the Mirror, UK. Author Susan Knox. Oh, wait, we already read this one, I think. Yeah, I've seen this before. Okay, we already read that one. Let's go to the Sky News. She says she did not know how to behave, didn't want to make a big deal out of it. So this one right here, I will say, like, just Diddy asking her to Google something and then like put his head close to her. You know, again, I do see as like myself, like I kind of can get a sense of like how that would be like, get away from me, you weirdo. But I don't think that in and of itself is like quite going to be enough because, you know, on top of everything, like, you know, she didn't report it. Why didn't she report it? Did she have a good reason? Of course she did. Again, like I said, I do see where she's coming from, but they were talking about locking somebody up forever. So putting his head near you in an uncomfortable way isn't gonna cut it. However, the other instances, especially the one, the two, where she actually remembers and she says, he forced me to do this, he forced this, he forced that. The other one where it's like, okay, we were on a plane, I don't know, something might have happened, I don't remember. That's kind of like, okay, well, you're not even telling us what happened, but maybe there were other people on the plane that are going to come and testify that they saw what happened, or maybe even better than someone testifying, there's maybe a video of it or something. I don't want to see it. I don't think we should see it. But however, that would be good proof. And that way it's not a he said, she said. When I do this stuff, y'all, too, I just want you to know, like, I'm not saying I believe it. I'm telling you what Diddy's lawyer is going to argue. And I also do believe that it should be the standard. Like, you do have to prove stuff. However, like I said, she does have those 2 times where she does specifically remember, you know, something actually happening. How did you feel? She said, like trash. She said no, and she added it was really fast, but she didn't want to do it. She alleges there were other times that he assaulted her, but she doesn't remember the specific details. She told the jurors she just remembers like a horrible, dark feeling in her stomach. This is the party. Okay. I'm trying to get to the most recent one we read. Okay. What would happen to your job if you told him no? She said, I would never work in that industry again. And what about physically? What would happen to you? I was afraid I would be attacked. I don't want to die. He threatened that he would call Cassie and say I had something to do with it. How did you feel? She said, I felt desperate and trapped. It was the worst, scary situation. I would have done anything. It was my fault. Did you ever tell anyone? No. I was going to die with this. And they have said that. The prosecutors have said that before. Like, she would have died. She would have taken this to her grave. Did you ever want these sexual acts? No. Did you ever tell him no? I couldn't tell him no about a sandwich or anything. Then he would have known that I thought what he was doing was wrong. I didn't want to lose everything I worked so hard for. This was the only world I had anymore. What would happen to your job? I would never work in that industry again. But what about physically? I would be attacked. See, because just like, oh, I would have got fired. I mean, at some point you need to quit the job, right? Like, I think we all agree there's like certain levels of like, all right, you just got to quit somehow, right? However, we don't even have to go down that path because that's not the only threat. She said, what else? Physical. Physical. I would also be attacked. That's different than I would lose my job. That's your physical safety. That borders a little bit closer on like extreme duress, in my opinion. If true, I wasn't there. He threatened that he would tell Cassie that it was consensual and I had something to do with it. And then I didn't want Cassie to be mad at me. Well, how did you feel? She said, I felt desperate and trapped. It was the worst, scary situation. I would have done anything, but I felt like it was my fault. Did you tell anyone? No, never. I was taking this to my grave. I would be humiliated, never work again. And who would do these things? Puff and all these people. This was way before social media and Me Too. There was confidentiality agreement. Did others speak up too? Yes. Kayla Faulkner. I don't know who that is. Should I look it up? How did you hear about the Kayla Faulkner situation? She said, I heard there was an urgent call among film people. What did you hear? The judge is like, what are you talking about? Lay some context. Can we get a little context, a little foundation here? Who was on this call? Mia said HR, C-suite level executives. And what were you told? I was told that if Kayla sued Diddy, that I would have to testify. Kayla Faulkner. I was supposed to say she was drinking and punched me, and that's why she was fired. Okay, so we're getting a second, at least maybe third, fourth. The other one that comes to mind is the like falsification of a police report, perjury, submitting false statements under penalty of something, submitting false statements under penalty of perjury. I mean, this has happened to me with a cluster, a gaggle of goons, and they're still doing it in the trademark office. Yes, they freaking are. So this gaggle of goons has filed false statements about me. And it's like, who's the goon ringleader? I'm just wondering. It's just something that's just so similar to something I've dealt with. And it just so happens that there's like similar people involved that also are my ops. I'm just wondering. So I was supposed to say, this is what Mia says. I was supposed to lie and say, this girl, Kayla Faulkner, was drinking and she punched me. And then that's why she got fired. But that wasn't true. The reason she got fired is because she had complained about being assaulted. Oh my gosh. Whoo, that is so much information in 2 tweets. There was this other girl that got assaulted, Kayla. How did you hear about it? Because there was an urgent call among the film people. Remember, this lady like helped start Revolt Films. She's like high up. What did you hear? She said it was an urgent call. What did you hear? Lay some context. Who was on the call? The CEO, CFO, those levels, C-suite. HR was on the call. HR was on the call. And what were you told on the call? Mia said that if Kayla sued, I was going to have to testify. Okay, we're all on the phone. We're all keying. Okay, and what were you supposed to testify? That she was drinking and punched me, and that's why she was fired. So this is the witness tampering, evidence tampering, obstruction of justice, witness intimidation, not obstruction of justice, but witness tampering and obstruction of justice. So why was she really fired? Well, she was really fired because she complained. Who else were you told that you would have to testify for? Mia said after Capricorn Clark. What happened after Capricorn Clark? Did you have to testify? No. So why did you never go to the police about Diddy S assaulting you? She said, I didn't even consider going to the police. It didn't even cross my mind. Do you have any experience with the police? Mia said, yeah, I was speeding. One time I didn't have my license renewed. And she hadn't had time to go to the DMV and get the license renewed. Oh my gosh, y'all, breaking freaking news 30 seconds ago. Huh. Okay, so the question is, have you ever had any other interaction with the police? Now, remember those fingerprint cards that went missing yesterday? That the LAPD destroyed the same exact year that they were taken from the Kid Cudi incident? Or 1 year later, whatever it was? Like within a year. Okay, all right. Why didn't you ever go to the police about Diddy? She said, I never even considered going to the police about it. Did you have any experience with the police? Yes. One time I was speeding. I hadn't had time to get my license renewed, and it was the only time I ever name dropped Diddy. I told her who I worked for, and she said, get him on the phone. I did, and she laughed. Oh, Puff Daddy, I love you. Did you get the ticket? No. She name dropped Diddy, speeding, and didn't get a ticket. Someone, I should say Mia, former Diddy assistant, name dropped Diddy to get out of a speeding ticket. The cop talked to Diddy on phone, said, Puff Daddy, I love you, and did not write the ticket. We're starting to move up the chain, aren't we? Aren't we? We're starting to move up the chain, aren't we? Okay. We have 2 new updates from CNN. Ex-assistant testifies that Diddy's assaults were sporadic. She said the assaults were sporadic and they did not follow a pattern, but it happened when Diddy didn't have a girlfriend around. It wasn't weird for me to be in his room at all hours of the night, waking him up or talking to him while he was on the toilet. Oh, gross. No, it's too much. That you need to have boundaries. And I told y'all the Chinese mouth reading. Don't take it up with me. Take it up with the Chinese. If you have that bow that dips down in the middle, even when you're smiling, then you can suffer from a lack of boundaries. And with Sean P. Diddy, Puff Daddy Combs, it's just, it's shaking up to be the case. Mia testified she always thought there would be a next time. Oh, sorry. She testified she always thought there wouldn't be a next time because it was so random and spaced out. I always thought that the next time I would somehow, I don't know, be more prepared if there was ever a next time. So she was putting the onus on herself. She's putting the burden on herself to avoid these assaults instead of like, okay, he needs to stop. Poor thing. Mia said after the assaults, she would just keep it moving. There wasn't time to stop and think and reflect or anything. I just kept it moving like it never happened. And this is Scientology. Or tactics. So much of this stuff keeps reminding me of it. I'm sorry. I don't know. It's just my conspiracy theory. I don't know. I've never been there. Oh, wait. Didn't we have another one? Yeah. 2 more. And we already read that one. Oh, they deleted one. They're aggravating. I always thought this would be the last time. Next time I would somehow be more prepared. I had to get right back to work. There was just so much going on. Shh, y'all. 6 minutes ago. Mia, I didn't want anyone to know ever. She whispered as she described the assaults. She wept and struggled to get her voice above a whisper in testifying how she said Diddy's SAs continued and that somehow it was her fault. She said she felt so desperate and terrified and trapped, and it was her fault. There was a point in her life when Mia said she was determined to take all these assaults to the grave. I was going to die with this. I didn't want anyone to ever know this happened. CNN has another update. An assistant who suspected Diddy hit Cassie was fired after an internal call. Okay, less than a minute ago, breaking news from CNN. Mia is testifying that she was told there was an urgent phone call with high-level employees to discuss how to handle the assistant. After the phone call, that assistant was fired. Mia, who's testifying right now, said Diddy later told her that the assistant had filed a lawsuit, and Mia may need to take the stand to testify against her regarding an incident where that assistant had punched her. Mia said she didn't end up testifying. Diddy told her that she would have to testify when Capricorn Clark was fired. He said that if there was a lawsuit, I would have to get up on the stand and defend him and say, what he wanted me to say on the stand. So this is showing evidence or attempting to show evidence of witness intimidation, obstruction of justice, stuff like that. Further building a pattern of racketeering, conspiracy. Or attempting to. I don't know. Innocent until proven guilty. I wasn't there. Okay. So the last thing we read here on Inner City Press was the cop letting her go from the ticket, right? Oh, Puff Daddy, I love you. All right, next question. Why didn't you tell us, the state, the feds, the prosecutors, why didn't you tell us at first about the S assaults? She said, it's the most shameful thing of my entire life. That's why I didn't tell you. Okay, well, did you get a lawyer for this testimony? Yes, I did. Did you speak about these S assaults before or after you got the lawyer? After. Who's her freaking lawyer? I know this got to be one of the lawyers Diddy has beef with. Do you want to be talking about these S assaults? No, I do not. It's traumatizing, Mia said. Why are you here today? The judge said, Miss Miser, you've already asked that. The assistant U.S. attorney said, okay, we can break here. The jurors are dismissed. Jurors leave. Agnifilo says, of course, the girls keep fighting. The girls keep fighting. I'm going to probably be in Andy Popcorn Planet after this. I don't know if he's in the chat right now or not, but I'll send y'all over. Yes, let's do this, everybody. Oh, this is too fast, girl. I need a slower one than that. I'm hyperventilate at that speed. The government sent us a letter at 11. So Mark Agnifilo is mad. Diddy's lawyer's mad. They're still fighting in here. The Fed sent us a letter last night at 11 p.m. about changes to their direct case with fewer witnesses. It might make our case longer. The judge said, okay, that's vague. Agnifilo said, I still am thinking 4th of July, though. The judge is not having it. He's like, that's vague. Okay, let's see. Oh, wow. We get some more insight. Oh, this is okay. 1 minute ago, CNN.com. Ex-assistant testifies she didn't report S assaults by Diddy out of shame and fear. When asked why she didn't tell people about the incident with Diddy sexually assaulting her, she said, quote, I didn't know that you had to tell the bad things that happened to you if nobody else saw. It's the most shameful thing of my life. She said part of the reason that she is talking now is that when you're scared into silence, these things continue to happen to others. She said she absolutely did not want to be talking about these assaults, but she had felt a moral obligation to share the experiences. It's the most traumatizing, the worst thing that's ever happened to me. Let's go to the Washington Post. Mia alleges repeated random S attacks by Diddy. The former assistant, using a pseudonym, said the incidents of alleged groping, forced oral S and R that she detailed on the stand were part of a longer pattern. See that? Pattern of S assaults. The assaults, some of which she couldn't remember clearly, were always random and oddly spaced out, making them hard to predict. But what did she also say? When he didn't have a girlfriend, around, which does speak to the larger pattern of racketeering activity, because RICO, you have to have what's called a purpose. And the purpose of the racketeering was to satisfy Diddy's depraved sexual desires and whims, allegedly. Her working relationship with Diddy had no boundaries, but the assaults didn't happen when she might expect, such as when she was in his room at all hours of the night or talking to him when he was on the toilet. She said she never told Diddy no because she feared the repercussions of denying him. At times, she said Diddy threatened to use the assaults against her by telling Cassie, blackmailing, extortion, allegedly, her close friend and his girlfriend. I couldn't tell him no about a sandwich. I couldn't tell him no about anything. I just thought I would be punished. 2 minutes ago, Shayna Jacobs, Washington Post. It was a different world for S assault victims when Mia said she endured a series of attacks by her former boss, Diddy, explaining to the jury why she never reported this happening. She testified this was way before Me Too, way before social media, way before mental health awareness or S assault awareness. She said it seemed unfathomable to file complaints against her boss, a rich and famous hip hop mogul who she feared would ruin her life if she spoke up. She testifies she dropped Diddy's name to get out of tickets. This is NBC News. She was in a hurry to pick up Diddy when she was pulled over one time. So we're getting more. Oh, this is Los Angeles. So LAPD, this is bringing those put a fingerprint in the chat. If you also thought about the fingerprints. The fingerprints got destroyed by the LAPD. Now the jury was asked to disregard this, but if I'm a juror, it's going to be difficult for me to do so. I'm sorry it is, but I started out biased. I would have been a biased juror. Okay. Mia testified. She dropped Diddy's name to get out of tickets. She testified that Diddy's name, oh, look, they just deleted it as I was freaking reading it. I hate, NBC is the only one that does that. Jury is dismissed for the day. Trial resumes tomorrow morning, but everyone stayed to argue. The jury was dismissed, and Mia wiped her face with a tissue as the jury left the room. Less than a minute ago, CNN.com, defense case may be somewhat longer than originally expected. They weren't expecting all this, y'all. Mark Agnifilo is shook and shocked. Defense attorney Mark Agnifilo said prosecutors have notified his team of some changes to their direct case, which may impact the defense case and make it longer. Agnifilo said even if prosecutors rested earlier than expected, we're probably still bumping up against the 4th of July holiday. So he's still trying to get it done by 4th of July. Okay, so we're back to this. NBC put their article back up. The witness testified that Diddy's name once helped her get out of multiple traffic tickets. No, she only said one. She says the only time I ever name dropped. I think it was just one. I think y'all got it right the first time. In one case, Mia said she was in a hurry to pick up Diddy when she was pulled over, telling the officer who her employer was. The officer didn't believe Mia until, and this is NBC News. This is the one that I am most afraid would have fake news. I mean, we have been reading these guys for so long, but it looked like Inner City Press said it was just one time, and she specifically said it was the only time she ever name dropped. And then they just updated this article. I know it's very weird. The officer didn't believe Mia, but she called Diddy, and the officer let her go without a ticket. Okay, so once she realized Diddy, so that's why she said, I believe Diddy was above the police. Then in another case, she said she was driving with Diddy. Look, they deleted it again. They keep taking the article out. They're aggravating. Okay. Mia was sobbing. I couldn't tell him no about a sandwich. She felt desperate, terrified, trapped. And she felt like, she felt it was her fault. Diddy threatened her to tell Cassie she had, quote, something to do with it. I was going to die with this. So he's going to say that they were having an affair, that they liked each other and were having just a simple boss-employee affair. She was at this party. She made it into the Breakfast Club. Let's go back to Inner City Press and see what they're fighting over now. Okay, adjourned. Okay. Wow. So what a day. What? Trump ex-wife owns the Plaza Hotel? Stop. You lying. You lying. Okay, there were 2 tickets, one for speeding and one for expired license. Thank you, Verity J, for the $4 super sticker. Thank you, Some Basic Blonde. Been here years. Love your insight on so many topics. I have a petition. Oh, nice. For accountability, demand accountability for the judges in Brittany's case from day one. Yes, Slay. Where is it? Send me the link. Thank you for the $9.99 super chat. Thank you, Kim S, for the $5 super chat. I want to sign into a VPN, set my location to France, and send you super chat just so you say Oilo. It sends me every time. Thank you so much for the $5 super chat. Diddy posted a video roll calling everyone by one. Everyone one by one, from Oprah to Ellen to John Legend to Will Smith, for his celebrity invite list for his 53rd birthday. Whoa, that's interesting. Thank you, Ashley Bennett. Ain't in it for the $4.99. Thank you, Mindful Vibes. You covered this trial like nobody else ever could. Also just donated to the legal fund. Thank you, Mindful Vibes. And thank you for the legal fund donation and the super chat, $5 super chat. Quick, go look at the article that Martha Stewart put out after she attended the 40th birthday party. What? Martha Stewart? Hold on. Martha Stewart. Diddy. Oh, yeah, because she's like really good friends with Snoop Dogg, isn't she? Oh my Lord. Oh my God. Y'all, look at this. Partying in style. This is the Martha blog. Martha. Up close and personal. That's not that close. Yesterday, I attended what was being dubbed in the news as the party of the century. This is where this lady Mia alleges she was AR'd. It was the 40th birthday party for hip-hop mogul Sean Diddy Combs, held in a grand ballroom of apparently Donald Trump's ex-wife hotel. Oh my God. Diddy, who's known for his extravagant parties, hired an event planner, Bronson Van Wyck, and asked him to create a fantasy dreamland. The party was simply stunning, Martha Stewart said, and I had such a fantastic time. Enjoy these photos. First photo, Diddy's underage child. I hate it here. Here I am being greeted by the press line. Oh no. What is this ballerina doing here? Stop. Oh my God. Well, I'm going to have to clip this out and make it its own video. The salty biscuit. What the hell am I looking at? Ballet students from the Juilliard school? Wait, Juilliard is adults. Ooh, okay, yeah. Juilliard is a college. But still, I mean, okay, it's still kind of weird. But at least they're college ballerinas. What the hell is this? The hand of each attendee was marked with a black light sensitive stamp. Ew. Oh, to have a ballerina's body. Oh, everything is gross here. The plaza was decorated exquisitely here with real ferns. Security was great. Get Martha on the stand. Who is this? Who is Paul Schindler? Entertainment lawyer. My scalp is itching again, y'all. It's coming through. The Georgia O'Keeffe floral decorations. Oh, it just says, oh, it doesn't say Georgia O'Keeffe. Sorry, my bad. Clusters of berries. Oh, this is Bacchanalia. It's Bacchanalia. It's Bacchanalia. Here's the party planner, Bronson. Oh, this is dark. Cocktails were, of course, served. Oh my God. This is the night she said she was given 2 shots, right? She was given 2 shots, but it was way stronger than normal. Cocktails were served. Who's this? Oh my God. The bartenders. Oh my God. My head itches. Ciroc vodka sponsored. We already knew that. Sarah Goldman, daughter of Amy Goldman, garden author, was my guest. Oh boy. Oh boy. Comparing shoes with a guest. Oh my God. I hate it here. Candles. Oh my God. Salty biscuit. Candles and Catalia orchids posing with a guest with a face tattoo. Everyone was texting and taking pictures. Bodyguards were everywhere. Another sponsor was Don Julio. posing with another guest who, proudly showed me his bling. Is this from Jacob the Jeweler? I'm just wondering. Oh my God. Orchids mixed into the greenery. A bodyguard. What is this? Chocolate sticks dipped in dragée were a big hit. Oh, this guy looks like he's huffing on a balloon. Oh, it's cotton candy. Tim and Helen Shifter of Le Sports Sack. Who? Of what? Who is this? These ladies were ready to party. What am I looking at? Oh, and she's got the red apple. Get your bingo card out, y'all. She's got the poisonous apple. Reserved. This table was reserved for Diddy. He likes a blue light, y'all know, and a red light. This looks like the Yummy music video, doesn't it? Crystal Chandelier is the one in the actual plaza. All others were just simply brought in for the party. Who? Anthony Anderson, actor, who was a guest on my television show. We made beautiful stone planters together. I'm eating a delicious grape popsicle. Okay, more bacchanalia, grape. DJ and MC announced guests as they arrived. She's kissing a horse on the mouth. A horse lamp. There's always horses at these things. Ricardo Tisky's 40th birthday also had horses. Y'all remember that? When I clip this into this video out, I'm going to put that clip in. Who's this? They look familiar. More ladies. Another guest. She can't ask people their name. And more ladies. Hydrangea. It looks like ice sculpture. However, it's glass. This jacket worn by Prince Nayamu, an upcoming designer. Ballroom was furnished with giant black velvet couches. The scene. Oh my God. The bodyguards. The protection racket, apparently, allegedly. More guests. Al Sharpton. A very tall guest. And that's her date, Goldman. At least she knows who Nelly is. Is that Big Joe Sherman? Just kidding. Another shot of the ceiling. There's Diddy. Great shot of Diddy entering the party. Oh, yeah, that's a great shot. His jacket was amazing. Man of the hour. Sassy. Oh, I have to show y'all. Y'all can't even see the caption. Sassy. Fashion designer Richie Rich on the left. Part of the decor. It's a human with black eyes. How is that part of the decor? They got a panda lady. Diddy's younger son, Christian? That don't look nothing like him. He's done turned into the Diddy clone. My friend, Sean P. Diddy Puff Daddy Combs. Andre Balazs, who's a New York City hotelier. I wonder if he's one of the ones who stayed in for the freak-offs. And Frederick Anderson. Zach Posen from Project Runway. Oh, a Weinstein production, wasn't it? That's an interesting crossover. His mom, Susan, and me. Okay, we already know Russell Simmons was there. Holla at me, she says. The Prince of Harlem, designer who had an amazing bow tie and Freemason boots. Diddy's intern from Columbia University. I'd like to hear his story. Harvey Weinstein was there. I got a radar. When my scalp starts tingling, I've been wrong. My friend, Harvey Weinstein. What is this house of mirrors? Striking a pose. Girl, she looked like she's done assume the position, huh? Like that Ricardo Tisky. Guest leaving. Yeah, they know. Get out of here. Bono is at the front of the line to leave. I would be too. I would not actually enter. Okay, that was scary. 2 new updates from NBC. Oh, we already had that one. Let's see. Woo, that was a good one. Thank you, Salty Biscuit. Thank you, Dazzler Kane, becoming a member. Shout out to you. Thank you, Pamela, for the $4.99 super sticker. Shout out to Sandra Ross, becoming a new member. Thank you, Easy Off. Diddy net worth in 2024, 600 million. See what I mean? It's always like a 600 million. It's just something about that number. I don't know. It's just a conspiracy theory, okay? Thank you for the $2 super chat. Thank you, Randy Robbins, for the $1.99 super sticker. Thank you, Nhude, for the $5. Love from St. Louis. Thanks for the continued commentary. Thank you, thank you. Thank you, Kevin D. McBride, for the $1 super chat. Thank you, Nicole, for the $4.99 Girl Day. Yes, it is. Thank you, girl. Thank you for the $4.99, Nicole. Thank you, MG. She says, thank you for the $9.99 super chat. MG said, oh my God, Diddy did do that video and even called out Kelly Rowland with celebs. He had a little boy in the video with him. Subliminal message. Ooh, girl. I don't know. I don't know. In the jail, he called his son. Oh, I think that ended up being AI. Oh, Daphne Joy deactivated her Instagram. No. Thanks so much for the $9.99, MG. And thank you, MC, for the $1.99 super chat. Did Daphne Joy deactivate her Instagram? That is my question. Hold on, I'm looking some things up. Make sure to hit the like on your way out, everybody. I see some people are leaving, which is, of course, obviously allowed. But if you wouldn't mind hitting the like on the way out, I would appreciate it. Thank you, thank you. This is a second video. Remember, this morning's was a different one. So make sure you like it again. Let's see. Is Andy live right now? I'm just wondering. I'm just asking. Let's see. I think I can look it up here. Oh, he's not live right now? Oh, yeah, he is. Oh, it's upcoming. Okay. Let me see. Okay, I'll send y'all to actually I'll send y'all to Tisa because it looks like Andy's not live right now. Hit the like, hit the like, hit the like. I'm gonna send y'all to Tisa Tells. I don't know if y'all been seeing her coverage, girl. She is on it and she's live right now. So I'm gonna send y'all over there because it looks like Andy's not actually live right now. So let's go to Tisa Tells. Tell her I sent you. Tell her I sent you. Send her some love. Send her some shout outs. I don't know how that girl is in that courtroom all day like that. Shout out to her. Every day. It's very hard to go to court like that, y'all. Thank you to Ashley for the $1.99 super chat. Just an entire yummy video with symbolism. I know. I'm wondering for what. Notice Diddy's mouth is always open. I know. It's like not just a little open too. It's not like this. It's not like, it's like this. It's like the jaw is unhinged. The jaw comes unhinged. It's very scary. It's very scary. So yeah, okay. I'm sending y'all over there to Tisa's video. Y'all go tell her I sent you. Shout out to her. She's working very hard. Thanks so much for the $5. Also for the $5. I was so distracted by your mouth breather comment because I just could see his mouth unhinged. Thank you for the $5 super chat. And thank you, Denise, for the $4.99 super chat. Excellent reporting. Also, shout out to Mims. Thank you, Denise, for the $4.99. Shout out to Mims. He was also in my chat yesterday morning. Okay, that's all right for this one. I'm going to be on here, same back time, same back place tomorrow. And facts ain't defamation. Neither are opinions. Neither is reading the news. Love you, mean it. Okay, bye.